This broadcast on 106.3 ESPN Radio is brought to you locally by Peter Pan Market and Deli, Astoria Ford, Joe's Mobile, Seaside Outlets, Northwest Lending Group, Clatsop Community College, Lloyd Astoria Bayfront, and the Catherine Riverfront Inn in Seaside, Ascend Collection Hotels, and North Coast Gutters. You're tuned in to ESPN Radio on 106.3.
Well, we didn't necessarily change all the production. We are not on ESPN 106.3 tonight as the Seattle Seahawks are closing out their preseason schedule on the road in Kansas City. But we are at home at CMH Field, and the Fishermen in their new duds getting ready to host the Stayton Eagles. I'm Rob Kovach, joined by Bob Wilkie. And Bob, once again, here we go to another season.
We're doing it again, Rob. Here we go.
It's a gorgeous August evening here in Astoria at CMH Field as we get set under clear blue sunny skies. It looks like softball weather this year out here at CMH Field. It's looking pretty good. The Fishermen in their new duds today. They've got the purples with the white bottoms, a little different helmet. They've got the AHS, a little more college style, and the on the side of the helmets looks pretty good. Nice looking and sharp. Yeah, I like it. Got the gold and white stripe up on the shoulder pads. If you haven't seen the new jerseys, follow them on the socials. They've got a couple of photos of them there. It looks good, and excited to see the Fishermen get out and play. The Stayton Eagles will be wearing their yellow bottoms and white tops with the blue trim, and we're just about ready for the national anthem. We are not far away from kickoff. We'll come back in just a moment and take a look at the starters for the Eagles and take a look at the Fishermen roster and potentially look ahead to the schedule for the Fishermen as they get ready to go this season. Coach Rube has a tough schedule lined up as we have looked at some of the coaches poll, preseason polls, and the coaches poll has, I think, 4 or 5 of our opponents inside the top 10. So
as is tradition, right?
It is going to be a kicker for the Fishermen this year, and they're going to have some work to do and a little bit different offense this year. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we are getting ready to get things started here on our ESPN 106.3 YouTube channel. Make sure you tell your friends and family to tune in there to catch tonight's game live, and we'll take a short timeout, get ready for starting lineups and kickoff here from CMH Field. And once again, thank you for joining myself and Bob as we bring you tonight's game on our YouTube channel. Up and get that organized correctly here. I apologize. Technical difficulties as we readjust our format for this evening.
You know that feeling when the ocean breeze hits and life just slows down? That's waiting for you at Catherine Riverfront Inn, an Ascend Collection Hotel in the heart of Seaside. Wake up to a complimentary hot breakfast and take an easy stroll to the beach, the promenade, shopping, and local restaurants. This isn't just another hotel stay. It's your Oregon Coast getaway.
Book direct at CatherineRiverfrontInn.com. Catherine Riverfront Inn, an Ascend Collection Hotel, where every stay begins with the river and ends with memories of the coast.
Are you currently in the market for a new car, truck, or SUV? Then look no further than Dane Gouge's Astoria Ford. With hundreds of makes and models to choose from, you're bound to find something you want, including the Ford F-150, best-selling truck in America, 47 years running. Stop by Dane Gouge's Astoria Ford today and take a test drive and find that new vehicle you have always wanted. Whether you're buying, selling, or trading, you always get the best deal at Dane Gouge's Astoria Ford, 1809 Ensign Lane across from Costco Gas, or visit them online at AstoriaFord.net.
Be ready for your future with Clatsop Community College. Take college-level classes at CCC while still in high school and transfer them to a university when you're ready. Or take technical education classes to develop your skills to be prepared for in-demand jobs in the region. Clatsop Community College can help you be ready for your future. Contact the admissions office or check out clatsopcc.edu for more information on all the programs and transfer options available. Start here, go anywhere with Clatsop Community College.
Joe's Mobile. Fuel, diesel, groceries, snacks, beer, propane, hunting and fishing licenses, firewood, and so much more. 1701 Marine Drive in Astoria. Coming in, going out, or passing through Astoria, Joe's Mobile is your one stop where the people are friendly and the store is stocked with everything you need. All debit, EBT, and credit accepted. Joe's Mobile. Mobile Synergy fuel and diesel. Pump your own 24 hours a day at Joe's Mobile. Wait for it.
At Joe's Mobile.
Don't
wait for the next coastal downpour to discover your gutters aren't doing their job. Call local, veteran-owned North Coast Gutters. Getting a free quote is quick and convenient, and their dependable crew can get your project scheduled and completed fast. Protect your home with quality gutter installation from people who understand our coastal weather. Call North Coast Gutters today at 503-791-1181. That's 503-791-1181. North Coast Gutters. Local, reliable, and ready to get to work.
Hi, folks. These sports teams that we follow pride themselves on a long tradition of excellence. The same goes for the place you choose for your home loan. Northwest Lending Group is one of the longest continually operating mortgage lenders in Clatsop County. We've been here over 20 years. I invite you to give us a try. Let us show you how we've earned over 98% customer satisfaction rating. Find us at 1227 Commercial Street in Astoria, by phone at 503-325-4116, or apply online at nwlendinggroup.com.
Northwest Lending Group is an equal housing lender. NMLS 1469420, ML2891.
You're listening to Astoria High School Sports on 106.3 ESPN Radio.
Back here at CMH Field on the YouTube channel for the Fishermen and Stayton tonight. Once again, as we broadcast a little bit indifferently for tonight, or I guess not indifferently, but a little different format. Usually we are on ESPN 106.3, but tonight the Seahawks have priority as they finish up their preseason. The Fishermen and the Stayton Eagles here on our YouTube channel. Looks like the Fishermen will receive. The Stayton Eagles will kick off, and they'll be moving right to left. The Fishermen moving left to right on the old radio dial as the field goes from our vantage point up here in the stands, up in the
press box.
The crow's nest, the press box, I guess, yeah. Not really a crow's nest here, as we are sitting right at about the 45-yard line between the 40 and 50. And
I see our poles back.
We got a pretty good view here, other than a couple of poles right in the way. We got to figure out how to cut those out for us. I'm not sure if that's possible. But
I know a guy.
It looks like it might be holding up part of the roof there, so probably should let it go. But, yeah, a nice, comfortable evening, sun shining, and a good night for football, and anxious to see what's in store between the Fishermen and Stayton Eagles. And I had another commercial break lined up here and ready to go for us, as we still have a few minutes left before official kickoff, but it looks like the teams are taking the field. And
they're in a hurry tonight.
Yeah, we may forego the last couple of minutes of the pregame and the warm-ups here, as the teams look like they're ready to go. So we'll try to get you the starting lineups. And for the Fishermen, they will be starting on offense, and that is who's going to take the field first, led by senior Sam Shacker. Dominic Cruz at running back, Cody Johnson at wide receiver, Silas Yates running back, and Hudson Hill and Ben Wenicky at tight end, as the Fishermen move to a little bit stronger line and look to run the ball a little more this year. On the line, Arthur Duryea, MJ Brito, Colt Kelly, Brody Giles, and Gibson Allen will all round out the offensive line. We'll get to the Stayton defense here in just a moment, as they were announced as the starting team tonight, and rightfully so. They'll get to take the field first as virtue of the coin toss. So
yeah,
they guessed it right as to who was starting and playing defense.
Going through a lot of the same stuff. That's why.
Good old technical difficulties here.
It's a new season, Rob. We got to shake them gremlins out.
That's right. New season, new setup here, and I think we got this figured out. Maybe we'll see. Fishermen and Eagles getting ready to go. We'll get the laptop shut down, and kickoff is about to happen. Kicking off for the Stayton Eagles is one of their 53 lineman players, and for the Fishermen, they're going to catch it at about the 7 and up the middle, coming through and getting hammered hard at about the 24-yard line for the Fishermen.
Dominic Cruz.
It was Cruz. Had a good return and then got stopped immediately at about the 24-yard line. And see where they spot the ball, and they're going to set it down at the nose, just touching the 25, I think. They're going to give him a little forward progress there.
They're setting the sticks. Come out of the huddle, take the line.
And the Fishermen will start in shotgun. Despite all of the threats of being a running offense, they're going to start things out in shotgun. And no, there they go, moving in. Tight ends move in. Dual running back, Shacker under center. Eagles stack up the center. And a nice spin move out of the backfield for Cruz, who's going to end up sneaking about a yard out of it. Dominic Cruz, the junior, spun in the backfield and avoided the tackle and ends up getting positive yards. Not a lot, but positive yards, about 2 on the game. And we did talk about that. The Fishermen primarily over the last couple of years running out of shotgun, throwing the ball around quite a bit. But tonight they are loading up, and at least according to Coach Rube in the coaches show, which you can listen to also after tonight's game. Make sure you tune in and catch that. Talked a little bit about moving to a 2 tight end, 1 wide receiver, dual back running offense, and there they do it out of split backs. And up the middle, the Fishermen will plow forward.
5.
Silas is going to have a nice gain there just across the 30. Looks like they're going to give him 4. All said and done. He fell forward for that extra, but I think it was on the pile and pushed forward. A little bit of the tush push after the fact kind of a scenario, and instead they roll him back to a 3rd and about 4.
Sitting at the 31.
Fishermen trying to get to the 35. They'll come back out in the 2 tight end set. 2 backs and 1 wide receiver. Shacker under center. And they'll hand the ball off and up the middle. Nice run by Cruz.
That's good for a first down. That's going to get them up to about the 38.
They needed 4. They got 6. Cruz comes off the right side. Nice move, nice cut, good blocks. And the offensive line for the Fishermen, Colt Kelly, Brody Giles, and Gibson Allen, and MJ Brito and Arthur Duryea, they are a strong group. Fishermen looking for a lot of good things from the offensive line. And that was one of the reasons that Coach Rube wanted to go to more of this running style offense. They may not be huge guys, but they're strong and they hold the line well, and they do it on defense too. So look for a good defensive performance from the Fishermen. Once again, up the middle, and another strong run. And that's going to be about a 3-yard run for Silas, it looks like.
I think they're going to be a little more generous.
Senior Silas Yates is going to maybe get.
He's going to.
Well, the one official says 4, the other one says 3-ish. So they're going to make it a longer 3, a shorter 4, I guess is what you want to call that. I'm not sure. But either way, the Fishermen, and I think that's what you're going to see from the Fishermen this year. It's going to be that 3 yards and a cloud of dust kind of offense.
Hey, as long as that ball keeps moving.
Exactly. Of course, on this, it's more of 3 yards and a cloud of pebbles. That time, stuck at the line. Yates is going to get squished for maybe a yard on the fall forward, maybe 2, as he's able to squeeze. As they run up the middle, he fell kind of on the left side of the pile and then back to the right, and it looks like he's going to get a couple out of that second effort.
Yeah, spot him at the 44, it looks like.
Once again, the Fishermen's taking on the Stayton Eagles in their season opener, a non-league conference out of the Special District 2, Special District 1 for the Fishermen. And they are coached by Randy Nyquist, Fishermen coached by longtime Fishermen coach Howard Rube. And third down and about 4 to go here from the 44. 9 minutes, just under 9 minutes in the first quarter. And under center once again is Sam Shacker. They have yet to throw a pass. And he'll get the toss out. And that one was blown up. I believe that toss went to the wrong person. That was Yates who ended up with it high up on his shoulder, and I'm not sure if there wasn't a miscommunication from the Fisherman offense there as he had to reach back behind him, and it looked like maybe that was supposed to go to Cruz.
Yeah.
And instead, that's going to be a huge loss, and it's going to kill the momentum, and it looks like the Fishermen will line up to punt as that turns into a 4th and now 11. Big loss for the Fishermen there, big miscommunication on that one, and you hope to not see those here in the first game, but well, both head coaches have to know that they're going to get one of those potentially tonight in the first game.
Yep.
Mental mistakes in the first game, it's really hard to correct those through the offseason. The Fishermen do line up to punt, and we're going to get a flag.
First one of the season, Rob.
And it's going to be a false start, so the Fishermen are going to scoot back a little bit farther. Sam Shacker was lined up in a deep shotgun. So I was assuming a pooch punt, but I guess that was just me assuming. I should clarify that he was lined up in kind of that deep shotgun, not quite full punt status, but just far enough back to give you that pooch punt kind of thing.
Yep.
So we'll see what the Fishermen line up like now with a long 4th and 16 after the penalty. And it looks like they're going to stay kind of in that formation. Shacker's going to scoot back a little bit farther, now more in the standard punt formation. 8 minutes on the clock, and Shacker will send one up. And nice end over end kick, handled in the sunlight, and up the middle, past the 40 to the 45, across the 50, down the right sideline. It's going to be the Eagles getting all the way down to the 17.
Yeah.
Finally drug out of bounds, and a nice return as he was able to get down the right side, find the lane, and get to the sideline, and a good return by, I believe that was 34 for the Eagles. With the return, Reed Lero, sophomore. Nice return. And now with 7:47 here in the first, the Fishermen defense is going to be under pressure to stop the Eagles on a very short field, and it looks like they're going to call him out of bounds at the 20 as he was being pulled by his
Great job on
jersey.
the story to get hands on it. I thought he was broken loose and gone.
I thought he was too for a second. They were able to drag him out at the last second, and I thought he ended up at the 17, but back to the 20. So out of under center, Eagles will run up the middle and get maybe a yard. In the backfield to try to blow it up early was Duryea. And look for that all season long. He did it last year as well as a junior, this time a senior. He steps onto the field, and from his defensive line position, he is all kinds of problems.
Yeah.
Nice big, bold, white numbers on the new Fisherman jerseys, too. I like those. Easy for old guys to see. Stayton Eagles come up under center once again and up the middle. Good job by the Fishermen. And getting a hand in on that ball and part of the tackle. Trying to see who that was in, reaching in, and it was a good tackle and a good wrap-up trying to get his mitt on the ball. I believe that was 44. Sophomore Luke Ricola was able to reach in and get his hand on the ball trying to strip it and ended up slowing the ball carrier down. So it's going to be 3rd and 5 as they get down to the 15. Fisherman defense have a chance here to make a stand and to make a little noise. 3rd and 5 from the 15, 6:35 here in the first quarter from under center. The Eagles go. And the backup, this time they're going to throw. They're going to lob one up and just over the outstretched hands of Crawford. And it's going to be a touchdown as Charlie Benefile is the one who comes up with the catch, the 6-foot junior. The reception from Miles Emmert. And the Eagles take the early lead 6-0 at 6:26 from the short field. A nice punt return setting them up at the 20. They didn't have far to go. They got all 20 yards, and set to kick now is Carter Vinson, and it is up and through to make it a 7-0 game. 6:26 on the clock. The Fishermen trail 7-0 against the Stayton Eagles. And that was set up with that punt return, a nice punt return, as they were able to get it across the 50, across the 40, the 30, and down to the 20.
In a hurry.
And unfortunately, the Fishermen just could not get contained.
1 minute and 22 seconds, Rob.
And they didn't waste any time from the 20-yard line getting it punched in.
No.
Now, of course, that is something that the Fishermen are going to have to overcome here early, but it's early.
It sure is.
So, for the Fishermen, if you're the head coach, the defense, the defensive coach for the Fishermen, all you can do is just say, hey, look, it's early. We got time.
Yep.
And they were moving the ball on offense.
They were.
A couple of mental mistakes, and it slowed them down. And honestly, just really the one, and that was the 3rd down play, the fourth down false start. It was 4th and 11. They were probably punting anyway. So 4th and 11, 4th and 16 is kind of irrelevant. It's not like that fourth down penalty was detrimental. It just helped the return, obviously. But the Eagles will get set to kick off. Handling the kickoff duties once again is Vincent. And here comes the kickoff. And it is going to be handled this time by Cruz. Cruz reaches over his shoulder to get it. He'll come up the line and get a break. And he'll get across the 35 to the 36 as he lowers his shoulder. And boy, oh boy, he was one broken tackle away from maybe squirting that thing right up the middle and on through.
He's got that spin move down, Rob.
He did. He spun free and got through. And boy, if that last guy didn't put a shoulder on him, I think Cruz was looking to cruise. Fishermen line up now from the 37. Nice return. They got a nice setup. Now they just can't panic and start to do something silly. Just grind this one out. Retaliate and respond to that score. Let's see what the Fishermen do here. Shacker in.
Taking a timeout.
And it looks like
timeout Astoria.
Coach Rube didn't like something, didn't get the communication in, not quite sure.
Stayton.
Stayton was the one who wants the timeout. So the Fishermen, it looked like were the ones who were not quite sure what they were doing, but it was actually Stayton who on defense didn't know what the Fishermen lineup looked like. So it's going to be Stayton burning their first timeout. Well, no, that's not true. It is going to be Astoria, at least according to the scoreboard. The scoreboard has Astoria with a timeout taken off, so I think the officials right now are correcting that. The official trying to get a hold of the scorekeeper there. And either way, we'll see if we can get it hammered out. But the scoreboard showing that Astoria burned the timeout. I thought I heard him say Stayton, and then he's waving at the scoreboard to maybe correct it. We'll give him a minute or two to fix that, see what happens. But either way, Astoria with the ball. Yeah, Astoria with the ball after the Eagles were able to punch one in from the 20-yard line. And I shouldn't say punch one in. They had a nice throw as they were able to get the ball up and over to Benefeld. And here the Fishermen from the 37 will line up. Shacker with two backs. Cruz and Yates, both effective runners from last year. We'll see what they can do this year with Shacker under center. And it's going to be a handoff to Cruz, who's going to go up the middle and cut on the hash mark and get right to the 45-yard line. He's going to cross the 50 and get a Fisherman first down. What a run.
Amazing.
That was right up the middle. He hit the hash mark, put his foot in the turf, and got a nice pickup. It looks like he's going to be just shy of the 45. So they'll set him up at the 46. 1st and 10 for the Fishermen. A nice response for the Fishermen right there. They bring in 44 on offense. Luke Vihola, sophomore. Looks like he's going to light up at the tight end position. Dual tight ends. Shacker under center. Yates and Cruz in the backfield one more time. This time Yates gets bounced around the backfield, but gets free as nobody can wrap him up. He'll squirt out a couple of yards after pinballing around. And
he ran right in the back of the Astoria.
Yeah, what looked like was going to be a blown-up play ends up being a couple of yards. Quite literally there, a pinball and a cloud of dust and a couple of yards. Take it. 2nd and 8 now from the 44. Yates did get hit in the backfield. More by his own teammate than the defender, so the defender really had no opportunity to wrap up. Yates wisely just found the soft spot and picked up the extra 2. Shacker under center. Out wide, Cody Johnson. He'll come in motion now, reset on the right side of the formation as Shacker lines up with his 2 tight ends and 2 backs. And there's the handoff up the middle to Yates one more time.
Gonna be good for a couple.
Silas Yates will pick up maybe 4 as he leans forward. We'll see where the official puts the ball down. About a 3rd and 5 now for the Fishermen here.
Spot him at the 41.
The officials counting the Fishermen after the substitution, and I think he's got the right number. You can always tell when the officials count and they use their fingers. 1, 2, 3. Bouncing his finger. Yep, okay, we're okay. And Johnson comes off the field, talks to Rube. Nope, that is not Johnson that came off the field. That was somebody else that Rube's talking to that I think just came off. Johnson out there at the right side in the wide receiver position. Still 2 tight ends, 2 backs, and Shacker under center. He's got the snap. Pitch out to the right. That is Yates. Yates cuts the corner on the hash and gets wrapped up and taken down, but not before picking up another Fisherman first down. 14-yard pickup. And at the 24-yard line, the Fishermen are in business moving with just under 4 minutes on the game clock. They'll reset the chains. The clock will keep ticking, and the Fishermen are responding well to the early touchdown from the Stayton Eagles. Stayton returning the punt for big yards and getting down to the 20, and they didn't waste any time, scoring in less than 2 minutes. And now the Fishermen trying to respond with Shacker under center one more time. He hands off to Yates. Yates up the center on the hash, and he's going to push forward for another 6 quality gain. We'll see where they officially mark it. They're going to pull it back just a little bit as I think he fell forward for that extra yard Bob wants to give him. Just 5, I think, on that one. It looked like 6, but I think there was a little bit of a drag there as he ended up down and then fell forward. Dual backs. Shacker hands off. Yates one more time. Why not? This time to the left side. Yates should have a first.
He sure does.
And a little extra. He'll get 4, 5.
First down, Fishermen.
And looking at the spot, 6. After the pile up, so 6-yard gain there for the Fishermen. Needed 4, got 6. And now with 12 yards for pay dirt, it's 1st and 10 for the Fishermen. They can still pick up another first before getting in with under 3 minutes here in the first quarter. Fishermen and Stayton Eagles getting the season started here at CMH Field, week 0, as it's called across the collegiate and high school world. Dual backs, this time one more time to Yates up the right side, and Silas plows down to the 3-yard line.
Speaking of first down, Rob, I think he's got it.
Oh, he's going to be really close to it. We'll see if they drop the sticks.
They do.
He's going to be just shy, they say. Nope, there it is, 1st and goal. The first down marker finally drops the stick, so there it is, 1st and goal indeed. You had it, Bob? You guessed it right. So there you go. From the 2-yard line, the Fishermen stack up. No reason to change now. They stay with the dual tight end. Dual back, and this time a handoff. Yates gets tripped up in the backfield a little bit. He'll fall forward. I think that was Ford making the problems there for the Eagles. Offensive lineman, defensive lineman, senior, number 53, Titus Ford, causing some problems. It'll be about a half a yard loss as they get Yates this time in the backfield.
Rube's going to call timeout.
And Rube wants to chat it over here on this 2nd down play, give him a chance to get the right one in. They got 2 opportunities, 2 really good opportunities to try to either pick up the touchdown and then see what the decision is. And I got to think that if you get this thing anywhere inside the 1 to 2 yard line.
Well, he's been moving up the field every single time.
You've had positive gains on all but 2 plays. The last one and the 3rd and 5 where you ended up punting. So why not keep trying up the middle? Yates seems to have the fall forward pretty well.
You don't throw it the 1.
You don't throw it the 1. Take it from a guy who watched a Super Bowl a few years ago and a Seahawks fan over here.
That's right.
You don't throw it the 1. Under 2 minutes here in the first quarter. Stayton Eagles did jump out to the early lead after the Fishermen were unable to get anything going. They punted deep. Pretty good punt past the 30, but it was returned well, and the Stayton Eagles got it all the way down to the 20. And then they didn't waste any time. Less than 2 minutes. It was just over a minute.
Minute 22.
And they punched it in with a nice throw to their wide receiver, Charlie Benefel, from Miles Emmert. And the Fishermen trying to respond here. And that is part of the, if you're a football guy, the old 2 tight end, 2 back, 3 yards in a cloud of dust thing, it's not exciting. It's not flashy, as it were. But it can be.
It'll wear down a defense.
It'll wear down a clock.
Yep.
So it also wears the clock down. So the Fishermen not necessarily looking to respond with a, quick uppercut here, but just more of a long, slow midsection grind, and they are getting it as Yates goes up the middle, and there it is from the official. Yates up the right side on the hash line will fall forward and punch it in for the Fishermen, turning this into a 6-7 game, 7-6 game. The Stayton Eagles have the lead, and the Fishermen will send out their kicker to try to draw even here in the first quarter. Good job by the Fishermen. Good job by Yates to get in, and it looks like that is Oric Evans with the kicking duties for the Fishermen. Hill will hold. And Rube is going to check in with the official here at about the 20. And they are going to switch in the kicking ball, I believe is what they're doing. And ref says we already got one, so he wheels it back out. All right, here we go. Set for the extra point, the PAT. 1:49 on the clock. The Fishermen respond. Close it to a 1-point game. Waiting the PAT here in the sun. Good snap. High and coming in and getting the block are the Eagles.
It's number 2 and number 53.
Yeah, they came off the left side, and the snap was a little bit high and just delayed the process. And that will keep it a Stayton 1-point lead at 7-6 here with 1:49 on the clock. And you know that Coach Rube and the Fishermen need to work on that, and they'll, I'm sure, do that going into their next game. But we expect some of these mistakes early in game 1, week 0. For those who are unsure what the week 0 thing is, it's kind of the first week of football before school starts. So they refer to it as week 0. It's weird. It throws the cadence off of everything else because next week is going to be week 2, but it's week 1 of school. It's weird. The NFL doesn't use week 0. They just use 3 games of preseason and call it that. For the collegiate ranks, Week 0 is the unofficial weird name that we have for this week of football. And either way, for those of us who like football, it's just more football. And it does also benefit the Fishermen that if they choose to play in this week 0 week, they get the bye week, which will come up later in September, just before they start the league play. Here comes the kickoff down into the left side. It's handled at the 15, and Benefile's going to come up, get a couple of missed tackles, and get free, and finally get drugged down by Yates at the 46-yard line.
Should have had him back a few yards.
Yeah, about a 27-yard return. Nice return for the Eagles. They can't quite get to the 50, but they're across the 45, and that sets them up for pretty good field position here. And now the Fishermen defense has a chance to respond, and not from inside their 20. Hopefully they can do just that, as they have to deal with the Stayton Eagles and a little bit longer field here. Look for this defensive line for the Fishermen to cause problems if the Eagles try to go back and pass. They are going to stay under center, and that is Emmert for the Eagles under center. And the pitch to the back. Back is going to cut up the middle and get about a 4-yard gain. That is Hunter Mollestrom. And one of the linebackers for the Fishermen came up to make that tackle. I believe that was Hill, if I'm not mistaken, who came cutting in, followed by Cody Johnson to put an end to that run for a run to the 49-yard line. 2nd and 7 on a 3-yard gain. And the Stayton Eagles line up under center once again. 2 wideouts, 2 backs. Not going with the 2 tight end split. And here's the snap. The look, they're going to throw. The ball is in the air and down the right side and handled at the 25-yard line.
Going to get down to about the 20.
It is going to be a catch over the top of Isaac Crawford, who could not control it.
He did a push off and grabbed it.
Yeah, couldn't quite get there. Almost, I thought, could have called offensive pass interference there a little bit.
That call was coming.
Yeah, he put his hands up on the defender a little bit. And I thought he gained just enough separation with it, but the officials didn't see it the same. So Eagles back in business at the 20-yard line. They scored from here last time, and from up the middle, they're going to run one down to the...
About the 7 or 8.
Yeah, he's going to get a good run there. That is Stephen Carlgren, the junior. Will pick up just over 10. 12 is what he gets, so it'll be 1st and goal from the 8 for the Stayton Eagles with 40 seconds on the clock. And Coach Rube wants to slow things down and talk to his defense here, as they've let a couple of big plays go. And, well, they battled back to get this one close again with a touchdown, closing the gap to just 1 after missing the extra point. All of a sudden here to end the 4th quarter, the Fishermen could go down by another touchdown.
Good.
If they don't put the brakes on what the Stayton Eagles are doing right here. Eagles able to run the ball and throw the ball effectively on the last few offensive plays. Fishermen just getting started here, and it's going to be a long season for the Fishermen. We talked a little bit about that ahead of time.
We didn't get into the schedule very much.
We did not get into the schedule.
We told people it was going to be a tough one, but we've got some details on that one.
Long road trip next week to North Bend.
Yep. Story is going to be North Bend next week, and then the following week we're going to be here against Estacada, and then home against Banks on the 25th after a bye week. We're playing Woodburn here on the 2nd, and then we're going to go on the road to Scappoose on the 9th, and then on the road to Taft on the 16th in the new league. Then here against Tillamook on the 23rd. Oh.
Up the middle and pushing through and getting down to about the 1-yard line. Another nice run by Stephen Carlgren. And the Eagles are in business on the goal line.
And then we're going to wrap up the season in Seaside on the 30th.
Clash of Clatsop County to round out the season.
I'm sure the weather will be awesome.
The bye week coming just before the league schedule starts. So it'll be Banks, Woodburn, Scappoose, Taft, Tillamook, and Seaside in the Coapa League this year. From under center at the goal line, the handoff up the middle, and the Eagles will punch that one in. No holding penalty there, so the Eagles will score on the play. And the Fishermen will go down 13-6, pending the extra point.
4 seconds left in the quarter.
One thing for sure with both of these teams running that dual back misdirection backfield running offense. The clock will continue to run tonight while they keep it on the ground.
Yep.
Kick is up, and that one is good. The Stayton Eagles will push ahead 14-6 with just a couple of seconds left here in the first quarter. We'll get the kickoff, and I would assume not much more before we hit the quarter. Still under sunny skies, calm conditions. Flags just barely wiggling out there. Just absolutely gorgeous August day.
It sure is.
Friday night football, not under the lights. Not yet.
No. Although sunset's before 8 now, so it may come on before the end of this game.
We're going to have a mostly lit game, I think, without lights for tonight's game. We won't see that till late. And the way these two are running the ball and keeping the clock moving, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't get much of the lights at all tonight. Eagles bunched up, getting ready for the kickoff. The Fishermen set to return. Looks like it is for the Fishermen, once again set to return. Isaac Crawford and Cruz this time around.
Number 3. And
is that Gentry Broughton, potentially number 6 over there. Nice big white jerseys, big white numbers on those jerseys, but when they turn sideways, that one is bobbled and mishandled, and the Eagles are on it. And indeed, it is Devin Hempel who falls on it.
The 12.
And they're going to have great field position at the 19.
Oh, 19, sorry.
Gentry Broughton was the return man who had to go right through the breadbasket. And that will do it for the first quarter. We'll take a timeout and come back and get ready for the start of the second quarter here from CMH Field on ESPN, the YouTube channel.
Pardon us while we got the...
Don't wait for the next coastal downpour to discover your gutters aren't doing their job. Call local, veteran-owned North Coast Gutters. Getting a free quote is quick and convenient, and their dependable crew can get your project scheduled and completed fast. Protect your home with quality gutter installation from people who understand our coastal weather. Call North Coast Gutters today at 503-791-1181. That's 503-791-1181. North Coast Gutters. Local, reliable, and ready to get to work.
Hi, folks. These sports teams that we follow pride themselves on a long tradition of excellence. The same goes for the place you choose for your home loan. Northwest Lending Group is one of the longest continually operating mortgage lenders in Clatsop County. We've been here over 20 years. I invite you to give us a try. Let us show you how we've earned over 98% customer satisfaction rating. Find us at 1227 Commercial Street in Astoria, by phone at 503-325-4116, or apply online at nwlendinggroup.com.
Northwest Lending Group is an equal housing lender. NMLS 1469420, ML2891.
Executive producer of the Root Report here, Dane Gouge. You're locked into Astoria High Sports on ESPN 106.3.
Tonight here on the YouTube channel is the Fishermen and Stayton Eagles battle. It is just under the 12-minute mark of the second quarter as one play runs off, and the Eagles run off the left side, and the Fishermen handle it in the backfield. With the tackle is 52 MJ Brito. And the Fishermen now line up on defense to try to stop the Eagles in the two wide receiver set. They got two backs, quarterback under center, hands the ball off up the middle and coming up scot-free and finding all kinds of space and into the end zone. That is Hunter Mollerstrom, the senior, the 5'9", 175-pound senior, plowing through and finding the leverage to get into the end zone to put the score at 20-6. The fumbled kickoff by the Fishermen definitely causing issues here as the Eagles come away with the score and go up in this one 20-6. And the extra point is up and good over the outstretched hand of a Fisherman. And as we get ready for the Fishermen to receive the kickoff here after the score, 21-6 the score, the Fishermen are moving the ball well, but they are not holding on to the ball well. Unfortunately, the fumble on the return gave a very short field to the Stayton Eagles. They wasted no time putting another one on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they did that one in 20 seconds.
Not too long after the fumble recovery. Just needed a couple of opportunities, and they're there. And coming up at halftime, excited to say, I've got Raylan Turner from the Portland Thorns joining us for the halftime show. They are off in New Jersey as they play tonight, but they had a chance to sit down with her. Went to the new Kaiser Permanente training facility for both the Portland Thorns and the Portland Fire, the WNBA and women's soccer programs, the professional programs in Portland.
But that was neat to see.
I tell you what, that is one cool facility. I got to go out onto the soccer pitches a little bit. I couldn't step on the one with the World Cup grass that they had out there, but we did get to work a little bit on the practice one. I didn't. They had some kids out there playing. It was fun. McDonald's helped sponsor that and helped put together. And so Grimace was there trying to play goalkeeper.
Nice.
It was a lot of fun for the kids. And then Raylan Turner came out and chatted with the kids, signed autographs, and signed about 117 pairs of cleats, I think. Signed a lot of cleats. Here's the kickoff. The Fishermen with the return. This time mishandled once again by Broughton, and he's going to fall on it.
At the 4.
And he'll fall on it at the 4. The rollback to the 4. We'll see if the official gives him the benefit, and he will. Put it up at the 6 where the recovery happened. So, yeah, a lot of fun talking to Raylan Turner after the fact. We had a chance to sit down and talk a little bit about professional women's sports, high school women's sports, and women's sports in general, and the new facility. And, yeah, going back to that facility, though, what a cool opportunity, just a cool thing in general.
Awesome.
Just the idea that it is the first dedicated women's training facility for pro teams. There's a lot of pro basketball, pro soccer clubs, but none of them have their own training facilities. So it's very cool that the ownership in Portland is putting that together and has a nice facility right there outside of Forest Grove. Under center, Shacker's got the ball. He's going to hand it off. Yates up the middle, and he'll get tripped up a little bit, but still fall forward for about 3. He'll get the ball up to the 10, it looks like, is where the officials are going to spot that one. So, yeah, coming up at halftime here at tonight's game, we'll play that back for you so you can hear what Raylan Turner has to say for sports in high school and what it kind of means to be a pro. And that she talks a little bit about that building, too. So
yeah,
I won't give it all away. Stay tuned for halftime when we have a chance to talk to Raylan Turner. Forward, 6th overall draft pick. And the handoff for the Fishermen up the middle. Yates one more time. Another strong gain. He'll have a first down to the 19. And a nice run off the left side as he's able to squirt free and get up the middle and avoid the tackle and pick up another first down. The Fishermen are moving the ball effectively on the ground. Unfortunately, they've given 2 really short fields to the Eagles. This time, Yates one more time off the left side. This time a little shorter gain, but still positive yards. And he'll be up to the 24-yard line. And that'll bring up a 2nd and 5. See, not a long gain. A 5-yard gain is a pretty darn good one on first down. He's had a couple of big ones. Nothing over 20 yet, but he's had some nice big pickups on 2nd and 3rd down. And Fisherman offensive line looks to try to find him some more yards here as the Eagles try to jam the left side. Yates is going to get free. He's got one guy dragging him down here at the 40-yard line. Great effort by Charlie Benefel, but what an opportunity and what a run for the Fishermen and Yates as they met. Got his hand on his chest, a little stiff arm tug and pull, and good job by the defender to just drag him down because he was the last opportunity. If Benefel wasn't able to grab a hold of the jersey of Yates there, Yates was going to be long gone.
It's going to be Roadrunner style there.
Exactly. 1st and 10 from the 40. The Fishermen back in business with 9:30 here in the second quarter, trying to respond after going down 21-6. Shacker under center. Waits for it. He's got it. Why not feed the beast one more time? He's going to get free, get wrapped up around the ankles. But what Yates does so well is lean forward.
Yep.
Wrapped up for about a yard and leans and lunges forward and gets 5. His ankles were back there at about a 1-yard gain at the 41.
His yards after contact are nuts. I mean, like, they're hitting him in the backfield, and he's still going all the way forward.
And the other thing he's doing a really good job is after he gets that initial contact is covering up the ball with the other hand.
Yep. Took the words right out of my mouth.
Yeah, he's doing a great job of making sure that the Fishermen maintain possession out of the dual backfield one more time. This time the pitch to him. He's going to come to the left side, get free of the corner, get free of a tackle, And get wrapped up and drug out at the 46, I think, is where they're going to spot him.
I can see that one. It's right in front of me.
Just right there in front. The Fishermen, once again, moving the ball. They're going to get down to the 46-yard line, and a first down for the Fishermen as Yates comes around the left side, avoids the tackles, brushes off a couple of defenders. Checking in for the Fishermen is Ben Winicky, senior tight end. Yates stays in the backfield along with, that's Hill in the backfield now. And I'm not sure who is the back. It's not Yates. Shacker's got it. Wide receiver out to the left. Hill's going to take it as the up back and plow right through. The fullback's going to take it for 11. Great job by Hill. That's his first carry. And
give me more of those. I'd be okay with
the
it.
tight end / fullback utility player. A little bit about what the 49ers use check as. It's kind of that utility fullback, tight end, flanker, go do this guy.
Right.
Great job by Hill to get in there and plow forward for a nice 11-yard gain, 34-yard line, 1st and 10, 8:15 to go, and the Fishermen are on the move. Shacker's got it, handing off to Yates. Yates stalls, moves forward, shuffles to the side, and
it's 3?
I think he'll have 3 there, yeah. Not too bad. Positive yards. Got plugged up a little bit early, but was able to shuffle, find the soft spot, and once again, squish forward.
Yeah.
For that extra couple of yards. And, we talk about the strong schedule the Fishermen are facing all season long. We talk about the top 10. You did just point that out.
Yep.
Stayton had 18 votes.
They're right there. They're number 11.
Right. I mean, and Junction City
I'm
at 23.
Looking at our schedule and all these opponents that we're playing. I think we're playing 5 of them, Rob, out of 9 games.
Yep. Yates gets tangled up a little bit in the backfield. He'll lean forward for maybe half a yard. He'll get a little bit, but not much there. It'll be a 3rd down for the Fishermen and about 7 to go. It is going to be a tough schedule for the Fishermen. And this one here against Stayton, if they can climb their way back into this, again, if they score here, close the gap to a score again, they're moving the ball.
They sure are.
The offense is not the problem so far tonight. No. It's the mistakes on special teams right now. The long punt return and the fumbled kickoff, kick return, have set the Fishermen up behind the 8 ball here. Shacker goes this time to shotgun for the first time. He'll look, and it's going to be the screen pass as the defenders get through. Good job by the Eagles to play it.
First down.
But a great job by Hill. And it's going to be a first down indeed. I was waiting for the official word from the official, and he looked down the sides. It moved.
Move it. That was a beautiful trick play.
That was a great job. Nice screen pass. The defensive line crashed. They thought they had Shacker dead to rights, and he lofted one right over the heads and into Hill, and Hill did a great job of catching it, looking it in, and then he avoided a nice tackle and got himself free for the first down. Fishermen on the move again, 24-yard line, 1st and 10. Shacker this time goes back under center. And the back, Yates, will hand the ball, or he'll get the ball and take another 3. It is literally 3 yards in a cloud of dust.
Yep.
And then 4 yards in a cloud of dust, and 5 yards in a cloud of dust, 6 yards in a cloud of dust.
Occasionally he'll rip one off for 18.
And every now and then he'll squeak one out for a little farther, but it is pretty much a handful of yards and a cloud of dust for Yates here tonight. And I think if you're the Astoria Fishermen, you're moving the ball forward, you're doing good things, that's positive.
Yep.
That's okay.
Yeah.
It's not flashy.
Build your communication.
It's not 80-yard touchdown bombs.
Nope.
But it's moving the ball, and it wears on a defense faster than anything.
Yep.
Shacker under center one more time. This time he's going to pull it back and look to throw. Going up over the hill, and tipped into his hands. And why not have Hudson Hill get the touchdown for the Fishermen there? Charlie Benefield got his fingertip on it. Hill right there, stays with it. And the nice 24-yard touchdown pass from Shacker to Hill is going to get the Fishermen to 12. Will they go for 2 and try to close it to a 7-point game? There's always the conversation of when do you go for 2, when do you go for 1, and what's the math, and what's the formula, and what's your spreadsheet look like. And every coach has one. Every coach has a philosophy. And it looks like Coach Rubes here is going to be go for the 1 for now. He's going to go for the 1 for now. So coming in to kick for the Fishermen will be Evans, senior. will line up. Where's number 12 for the Fishermen? Here comes the snap. This time the Fishermen get blocked again, coming up the middle and hanging up. I'm looking at the official. He is not reaching for his flag. So it is blocked, and the Fishermen may need to scrap the extra point here moving forward as they now find themselves down by 9.
You have to have a conversation with special teams, I believe.
This time the block came up the middle, and you could see one of the Eagles players get a jump early and kind of plunge the middle, and I think the Fishermen just didn't plug the right hole there. They didn't see where he was coming from, and they just kind of missed an assignment there. So the Eagles will come away with a block PAT one more time, their second one, and keep this at a 9-point game. That turns it into a 2-possession game, and that is where maybe if you're Rube, you start thinking about it. If you're going to get 2 yards and Yates is averaging 3.5, just do the math on that.
Right.
It seems to be working with Yates. So we'll see what the Fishermen do here to respond. One thing they do need to do for sure is have a nice defensive stand with 5:40 here in the second. And once again at halftime, talking to Raylyn Turner, forward for the Portland Thorns. Excited for you to hear that. She has a lot to say and some good advice to some high school players and young women who might be playing athletics. Pleasure to talk to her and get to see her. 23 years old, 6th overall draft pick of the soccer league, and traded to Portland and just signed an extension. So she'll be in Portland till 2028 at least. Young, promising player.
Speaking of signing, we have some local news about signing.
Yeah, there's some good news there, too. Oh, the ball falls off the tee, so we'll reline and kick up there. Yeah, Kaya Gore, the volleyball standout.
Yeah.
They are off until, I think I said Thursday. They got a little ways before they play a home game. But if you get a chance, you see Kaya Gore or any of the Gores around town, make sure you give them a high five and congratulations. She's going to go play a little Pac-10 Washington ball.
Volleyball. That's awesome.
Good for her indeed.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll get to see her on the basketball court this year. And that one is up at the 20-yard line, taken. And this time the Fishermen do a good job meeting him at the 30.
Number
that
6.
is Beneful coming in with the return. And Broughton
said nope.
Who was responsible for the fumble on the return for the Fishermen, I think getting a little frustration out there on the tackle. And that is one of the things about high school ball that might be different from the pros or even college. You don't have one job.
No.
You're not just the return man.
No.
You're also the gunner on the special on the other side of it. So you got to forget that you fumbled. You can't get down. You can't worry about that kind of garbage. You got to go shake it off and
just
go get it.
Yeah, don't get mad, get even.
Yep, that's exactly it. And sometimes the nice part about high school ball is you get that opportunity.
Sure.
You can get a little frustration out that way. Handoff up the middle. Fisherman drag down the ball carrier at the 35-yard line. Carlgren once again with the carry for the Eagles.
Yeah, got to say for 4.
4-yard gain. 5:20 here in the second. 6 yards to go for the first for the Eagles. Fishermen and Eagles, Stayton Eagles, battling in the season opener here at CMH Field, a gorgeous CMH Field, very comfortable. I think I've got when I started this, at about 60-something, 65?
66 is what I'm showing.
Up the middle run, this time another short gain by the Eagle, about 1.5 yards, maybe. And I do believe that is Carlgren again, junior. On the roster, they've got him at 5'8", 170, and he's carrying with a few extra rocks in his pocket tonight. Fishermen line up 3rd and 3, 38-yard line. On defense, the Fishermen trying to come up with a stop, see if they can get one more possession before the half. And this handoff up the middle will keep them short.
They're going to do it.
They're going to keep them to a 2-yard gain. It'll be at the 40-yard line. They're going to need 1 yard if they want to keep it moving. We'll see if the Eagles stay on offense or come out in a punt formation. And it looks to me like they are going to set up to run the ball one more time. They are keeping the offense on the field. And honestly, the Eagles have been moving the ball pretty well. No surprise here.
Right.
Yeah, they've lined up the deep back, still under center, and they're going to hand it to the up back, Carlgren, and he's going to come away with the 2 that they need for the first, the yard plus the yard, and so they'll have a 1st and 10 with now under 4 minutes to go. Carlgren kind of in a fullback position with a deep back, 7 yards deep, and I think that's just in case there's a mistake. They do get the first down, so now with under 3:40 to go, they'll run the 1st and 10 play from the 43. Defensive line for the Fishermen need to stand up strong here and try to come away with some penetration and get the stop in the backfield, and they do just that on command.
You should have said that earlier.
Yeah, I should have. Wasted all that. Colt Kelly finally breaking through and dragging the ball carrier down for a no gain. Drug him down in the backfield, but stood him up at the line. Good job by Colt Kelly. Senior has an opportunity to be a standout on the defensive line for the Fishermen. As a matter of fact, the defensive line for the Fishermen this year between Duryea, Brito, and Kelly have an opportunity to make some serious noise. They did last year.
Yeah.
Despite the record, those defensive linemen were just, they wreaked havoc.
They sure did. It was so much fun to watch.
2 wide receivers split for the Eagles as they send their quarterback under center on the 2nd and 10. This time they hand to the deep back, and it's going to be a 3 to 4 yard gain as they get past the 30 for the 45. Excuse me.
Looks like the spot's going to give them 4.
Carlgren once again flying through, and you could hear some shoulder pads pop late in that one, as I believe it was Hill who came up and got a little hit on there.
Looks like they're going to mark it right at the 47.
6 yards to go on 3rd down. Another chance for the Fishermen to come up strong here. It's still 2:20 in the half. The Eagles line up with 2 wide receivers out. Quarterback is under center. And the snap, the handoff. No, he's going to keep it. Looking. He's got his guy open at the 1st down marker at the 45. And drugged down, coming in to make the tackle for the Fishermen, Sam Mather, the junior. Great connection there as it was the quarterback, Emmert, able to find his receiver and come away with a 1st down.
He was under some serious pressure.
He was. The Fishermen defensive line got through. That was not part of the play. Not like the Fishermen running the screen pass there. He got pressure and was able to find his open receiver and pick up that 1st down. So now with 2 minutes to go here in the half, 1st and 10 from the 45. The Fishermen trying to come away with a stop. Need to find some plays here, and they're going to get the back after a short gain. Colt Kelly once again with the tackle. And a 3-yard pickup.
Tried to squeak through, and that was denied.
Kelly's going to earn a bit of a break here as he's going to come off the field in a sub. Going to grab some water, and I don't imagine he'll be off the field for very long. MJ Brito moves over to that side. And the Fishermen defense in the 4-4 line up against the Eagles under center. This time they look to throw. They're looking for the big one, and they're looking, and they've got it at the 20. And dragging him out of bounds is Shacker. Completion down to the 20-yard line. Another 1st down for the Eagles, and they're back in business inside the 20, or at least close enough to it to say they're inside the 20. As the ball is straddling the line, and with 1:09, Stayton will take the time out. I believe it is. The scoreboard has 0 for Astoria, 2 for Stayton. Not sure if that's entirely accurate, but that's what the scoreboard is showing. Coach Rube chatting with his defense, imploring his defense to come away with a stop here. His offense working tonight. His defense, unfortunately, just can't handle the Stayton offense. They've had a couple of big throws and some pretty good runs, just almost the same thing the Fishermen are doing to Stayton. Really, the big difference is the 2 special teams errors.
Right.
2 short fields for the Eagles. 3, and all resulting in scores.
Yeah.
The first one on the long punt return, setting him up for a 20-yard touchdown. The next one was the fumbled kickoff return. And now the Eagles here, once again attacking. 2 wide receivers, 2 backs. Deep back's going to get it. Carlgren's going to hand it up the middle and have it up the middle. And nice gain. He'll be close to a 1st down.
All the way down.
And timeout by Stayton. They're going to stop the clock with 1:04. It'll be 1st and 10. 7, so 1st and goal from the 7 is where they mark it.
The 7 or the 6 from this angle.
And if the scoreboard is correct, 1 timeout for Stayton, none for the Fishermen. Fishermen trying to get a stop here. The game against Stayton here in the first half as the Eagles lead this one 21-12. Eagles Fishermen starting their season here at CMH Field. Fishermen with the new duds. Nice big bright white numbers on the purple jerseys with the yellow stripes on the shoulder pads. Purple and gold stripes up the white pants at home. And from under center, here comes the Eagles after the timeout.
Oh,
and drug down.
Number 29.
And 29 coming in for the Fishermen. That is Landon Reed, the senior, was not fooled on the inside dive.
Be a loss of what, about 11?
It's going to be a big one as they scoot it back to the the 17, 16-yard line.
16, yeah.
Maybe about a 10-yard loss at least. Nice job. He wasn't fooled. Met the quarterback in the backfield. The quarterback looked up and went, I didn't see
There's somebody here.
From under center, they looked to hand off the middle and handled and dropped for almost no gain.
Beautiful.
Great job by the Fisherman defense. That's, I believe, Hill there. Hudson Hill coming in from the linebacker position and plugging that one up for just a short gain, if any. Might get a yard out of that when they finish spotting it, but Stayton's going to call the timeout when the officials get a chance to spot it. Looks like they'll keep it at the 16. Might have got a yard or might have got a foot or two. 26 seconds. No timeouts left for either team if the scoreboard is to be believed. And for the Fishermen, they would love to come away with a stop here or at least a field goal attempt for the Eagles. The scoreboard is showing Stayton with one more timeout, but I'm pretty sure that they have called all three. I'm not very official, so I can't say.
That's right.
I can count, but I ran out of fingers after 6. Should I not count both timeouts on one hand? Maybe that's the problem.
We didn't tell anybody you're a carpenter.
That's right. Eagles and Fishermen, 21-12. The Eagles of Stayton holding the lead right now in a non-league game. Fishermen out of the Special District 1, the Eagles out of Special District 2. Coming up at halftime, Raylan Turner, the Portland Thorns, on the air with us. And the handoff, no, they're going to look to throw, looking deep. Shacker can't get there, but it is, in.
Really?
The officials call him in, so another long connection there to Benefiel. And the Eagles go up 27-12 as Emmert is able to find his wide receiver over Shacker for the touchdown. Boy, it looked like he was out of bounds, but
sure did.
High school ball, you only need the one. So 1 foot down, the second foot out of bounds. It's still a touchdown. Setting up for the extra point. See if the Fishermen can return the blocked kick on Vincent. And they will.
They do.
This time it is blocked and hammered down. Coming up the middle is Colt Kelly getting through, and he caught that off his elbow. He was so far into that one. So good job by the Fishermen to keep that one out, turning it into a 27-12 game. And that turns it into a odd number. That turns it into a very weird number to play with as we look forward to the second half. So
a 2-point conversion and a touchdown.
I mean, it's just that kind of weird number where, you're just kind of in that weird, 8 points for Astoria gets you to 20. And like you say, a touchdown and the extra point to 27, or is it a couple of touchdowns and a field goal that ends up, the 12 in the who knows what you end up with this. So it just puts in high school ball that it just kind of puts you in a weird spot.
It sure does.
A couple of touchdowns and 2-point conversions puts you in the lead all of a sudden. So we'll see what the Fishermen decide to do if they can respond here with 21 seconds to go and no timeouts. I would imagine that Rube might be happy with taking a knee depending on where they return this to.
Right.
If they get this up past the 50, I would think why not take one shot or a couple of shots deep, see if you can't come away with something. If you get this one, if they get you deep in your own territory, no timeouts, do you play with that? This time the return, and it is bounced in front of Johnson, who's going to pick it up, come to the 25, get hung up, and he'll go down with 15 on the game clock. And so here we'll get to see what Coach Rube's decision is from the 27-yard line. Cody Johnson handling the ball. It bounced right in front of him. He picked it up and did a decent enough job to return, but couldn't really get that running momentum on the ball like he wanted to, probably, for a big return. So, like I said, now we'll see what Coach Rube's decision is from the 27-yard line. Do you take the knee with 15 seconds and no timeouts, or do you try to wheel and deal a shot or two? Shacker will come out in the shotgun. Looks like he'll at least try to take one swing with two wide receivers on either side. Looking a little bit more like the past, and instead he'll fake the handoff. No, hand it to Yates, who why not sneaks around up to the 41-yard line. 8 seconds. Fishermen are going to try to line it up quick. They'll have till the sticks get there. Those guys don't look speedy, so the Fishermen might beat them there, and they do. Fishermen are lined up. Shacker's going to throw it in, and with 5 seconds, the Fishermen will have a shot now from the 41-yard line. Now, I know Shacker is a senior and he's a stud, but I'm not sure if he's a 60-yard bomb kind of guy.
We'll find out.
We'll find out real soon. He might be. I might be underestimating him.
He might have been practicing.
A lot can happen between junior and senior year. All right, they're going to send it out with 4 wide receivers, 2 on either side. Shacker in shotgun. 5 seconds, no timeouts. Probably the last play for the Fishermen here in the half. Shacker's going to look. He's going to avoid the rush and throw short on the sideline, and it's going to be complete with no time left to Sam Mather. And just across the 50-yard line, it'll just be a little bit of a stat patter there as they come away with the connection, but it won't do any good, at least on the score. And it'll be 27-12 as we head to half. We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll sum up what we've got and get ready to talk to Raylan Turner here on our ESPN 102.3 or 106.3. I know where I'm at. CMH Field. Just don't know exactly what I'm doing is all. We'll be back in a moment. Set up Raylan Turner and half right here on ESPN 106.3.
Sometimes the best trips aren't about going somewhere new. They're about finding yourself again. On Oregon's beautiful North Coast, mornings begin beside the peaceful Mechanicsum River. Afternoons are spent strolling the beach and the promenade, and evenings end with unforgettable ocean sunsets. Welcome to Catherine Riverfront Inn, an Ascend Collection hotel, where comfort meets the coast and every stay feels like coming home.
Book your escape today at CatherineRiverfrontInn.com and come back to what matters.
Are you currently in the market for a new car, truck, or SUV? Then look no further than Dane Gouge's Astoria Ford. With hundreds of makes and models to choose from, you're bound to find something you want, including the Ford F-150, best-selling truck in America, 47 years running. Stop by Dane Gouge's Astoria Ford today and take a test drive and find that new vehicle you have always wanted. Whether you're buying, selling, or trading, you always get the best deal at Dane Gouge's Astoria Ford, 1809 Ensign Lane across from Costco Gas, or visit them online at AstoriaFord.net.
Be ready for your future with Clatsop Community College. Take college-level classes at CCC while still in high school and transfer them to a university when you're ready. Or take technical education classes to develop your skills to be prepared for in-demand jobs in the region. Clatsop Community College can help you be ready for your future. Contact the admissions office or check out clatsopcc.edu for more information on all the programs and transfer options available. Start here, go anywhere with Clatsop Community College.
Joe's Mobile. Fuel, diesel, groceries, snacks, beer, propane, hunting and fishing licenses, firewood, and so much more. 1701 Marine Drive in Astoria. Coming in, going out, or passing through Astoria. Joe's Mobile is your one stop where the people are friendly and the store is stocked with everything you need. All debit, EBT, and credit accepted. Joe's Mobile. Mobile Synergy fuel and diesel. Pump your own 24 hours a day at Joe's Mobile. Wait for it.
Joe's Mobile.
Keeping the clock running for the Coaches Show, this is Dane Gouge, executive producer of The Rube Report. Catch The Rube Report Friday nights right here on ESPN 106.3. Now back to the game.
At CMH Field, the Fishermen trail the Stayton Eagles 27-12. And we're going to take a moment here to set up and get ready for Raylan Turner, who I had the pleasure to talk to at the new Kaiser sports facility in Portland. And it was just an absolute pleasure to be able to sit down and talk with her. So we'll play that back for you here as she is in New Jersey, I believe, tonight, playing Gotham City in soccer tonight. So no real secrets here. This was pre-recorded earlier this week as they hosted a pretty cool deal. So soccer standout forward for the Portland Thorns, Raylan Turner, joining us here at our halftime in just a moment on ESPN 106.3, the YouTube channel.
Are you currently in the market for a new car, truck, or SUV? Then look no further than Dane Gouge's Astoria Ford. With hundreds of makes and models to choose from, you're bound to find something you want, including the Ford F-150, best-selling truck in America, 47 years running. Stop by Dane Gouge's Astoria Ford today and take a test drive and find that new vehicle you have always wanted. Whether you're buying, selling, or trading, you always get the best deal at Dane Gouge's Astoria Ford, 1809 Ensign Lane across from Costco Gas, or visit them online at AstoriaFord.net.
Don't wait for the next coastal downpour to discover your gutters aren't doing their job. Call local, veteran-owned North Coast Gutters. Getting a free quote is quick and convenient, and their dependable crew can get your project scheduled and completed fast. Protect your home with quality gutter installation from people who understand our coastal weather. Call North Coast Gutters today at 503-791-1181. That's 503-791-1181. North Coast Gutters. Local, reliable, and ready to get to work.
You're listening to Astoria High School Sports on 106.3 ESPN Radio.
Halftime here in Astoria, the Astoria Fishermen and Stayton Eagles, and lucky enough to be joined by Portland Thorns forward Raylan Turner. She is joining me as I was able to sit with her and talk about the new facility in Portland, and we're going to talk a little bit about sports and other information here at halftime. Raylan Turner, forward for the Portland Thorns, 6th overall draft pick in 2023. And Raylan, thank you for joining me right here.
Thank you for having me.
I just wanted to get your thoughts regarding the new facility and what this means for sports in Portland and in general for Oregon.
Yeah, I mean, you can see the excitement just this whole week of Epicenter Week, everyone coming in and getting a first sneak peek of what the facility looks like. And I think for me and my team and the Fire here, we are so grateful to have something just for us. And you don't see that often. This is the first time that we've had a facility for dual women's sports teams, and that's not something that's common, but it's definitely something that is new and needs to be built from. And I feel like we're all in awe of how fast it came together and how beautiful it is and how intentional it is. And we are so happy to finally be in here and show an example of what women's sports should be like.
Once again, chatting with Raylan Turner, forward for the Portland Thorns, and we're broadcasting from a high school stadium full of athletes and families. And when you think back to your sports days, what were some of your favorite memories of that game day atmosphere?
Honestly, the things that I remember the most is just the people around me, and like whether that's nerves or excitement going into a game, like you're on it together, and just being on the bus together, showing up to a game together, and being in the huddle. I think those were my favorite parts of game day, is just being with my teammates, and I'll never forget those moments that you might take for granted in the moment, but looking back on them, like you'll cherish them forever.
You know, one of the things happening in young athletes' lives right now is statistics are showing that girls are dropping out of sports at a much higher rate than boys during high school and even younger. From what you see at a pro level, what can communities, schools, maybe even coaches do to keep young women engaged, confident, and excited to stay in sports and stay involved?
Yeah, honestly, I think that this performance center is a perfect example of what sports should be and the resources that women's sports should have. Obviously, like you said, more girls drop out of sports than boys, and it's drastic. And I think a big part of that is just resources, and men's sports have been the highlight of the sports world for as long as we can remember. So we see more girls dropping out of sports than boys in young ages, and I feel like that's because girls don't really have that same standard to look up to. And yeah, men's sports have just always been the example, and women's sports have always had to push for more to be where men's sports are. And I feel like this facility is the beginning of a movement and of a new standard for women's sports, and it should show that this is a very possible goal and a possible reality for women's sports. It should be the standard, and I think that's going to drive the standard and carry the torch moving forward for what women's sports will look like.
Once again, chatting with Raylan Turner from the Portland Thorns here at the brand new Kaiser Permanente facility. And just wanted to touch on this. A lot of young athletes are navigating a lot of pressures: school, home, sports. a lot of pressure from a lot of different places. When you hit a rough patch or you're trying to get through a tough loss in high school, or maybe it's a breakup from a boyfriend or girlfriend, or, all those outside influences, what are some of the things that you use to help bounce back, and how did you keep your confidence up, and what advice do you have maybe for some of these young athletes who are dealing with some of those same adversities or similar adversities to get through it?
Yeah, I mean, at least I know for me, surrounding myself with like-minded people and people who share similar goals as myself, like that always got me through my toughest times. Is like if I'm going through stuff at home that maybe I'm like, no one can relate, like lean on your teammates because they're most of the time going through a lot of the same stuff. That's why I think it's so important to be in sports. Is you might be going through something and you don't have a teammate to lean on. It can be easy to get lost, to get off track, but I think that if you surround yourself with people with the same goals, and yeah, you'll find a path. And I know that has brought me through like a lot of things, is leaning on people who are going through the same things as me, just in different fonts. But yeah, I mean, I definitely don't think that I would be the same person without soccer.
Thanks again to Raylan Turner for joining us here at halftime of our game between the Fishermen and the Stayton Eagles. And before we let you out of here, we're going to do something that we always like to do, and that's a little bit of a quick quiz questionnaire. And so here we go for Raylan Turner. Ultimate go-to meal before you step out onto the pitch for the Thorns.
Oh, I have like this very specific pesto chicken sandwich from this bakery on 23rd, which I'm gatekeeping. I'm not going to share the name because I don't have many, but that's my game day sandwich.
Hey, you're allowed to have secrets. Go ahead and gatekeep that. What's the story or meaning behind the jersey number you wear?
Oh, that's an easy one. I was number 6 my entire life. I was going to be 6 at UCLA, but that's when COVID happened, so everyone got a 5th year. So there was a senior who took her 5th year who was number 6. So they told me I could choose another number, or they could make a number 66 jersey for me. And I was like, sure, like I'll try it out, because I didn't have another number that like resonated with me, because I've always been 6. And then my freshman year, like I did well. So I was like, I might as well stick with it. And it's nice because any team I go to, like that's not a common number, so I like normally get it.
And going back to, high school club games, what was the best part of those sports road trips?
My favorite part of club soccer road trips are just like carpooling with my friends, or like going with my friend and her family, or her coming with me and my mom. I will miss those days forever. Those are like my favorite soccer memories, is like going on a road trip with your friends, or staying in a hotel with your friends, getting up early even though it might suck, but looking back on it, I would do it 1,000 times over. But yeah, that soccer community it's a small world, but it's also like your best friends and best family that you'll make along the way, and I cherish it forever.
All right, how about your favorite snack food?
If I'm driving home, I will get a large McDonald's fry. But if I'm at home and I'm not at McDonald's, I'll just like eat some chips or something.
What about your favorite city to visit?
Laguna Beach. That's where I'm from, but I don't know if that like is like visiting.
No, going home is always good. How about any pregame rituals? What are some of the things or something you have to do before a game?
Yeah, I have 2 songs that I have to listen to before games, and that's about it.
And if you had to pick 3 words, how would you describe the atmosphere of a Thorns home match?
Ooh, electrifying, supportive, lit.
And last one, what's the greatest piece of advice you got from either a coach, a mentor, or somebody important to you?
My mom has just always taught me and told me to just bet on myself. Like, if you don't feel like you're valued, or if you feel like people don't believe in you, like believe in yourself, because no one's going to do it for you, and you're always going to be your biggest supporter. And then another piece of advice that I got from my dad, actually. He told me that basically, like, I don't have an official quote, but it was basically like, look at your surroundings and the people you surround yourself with, and ask yourself if they have the same goals as you, and if you should be surrounding yourself with them.
Once again, chatting with Raylan Turner, and that'll do it. Our halftime is almost over. Raylan Turner, forward for the Portland Thorns. Thank you for sitting in with us. Is there any last thing you want to add before we let you off the hook tonight?
No, I mean, I just want to say that, like, this facility is the best thing I've ever been a part of, and I think it's amazing what our ownership has done for not only us, but for women's sports across the world. It's a first step in a long journey, and I feel like we are all so grateful how it turned out, and just so grateful to have everything in one place and to just feel prioritized. I feel like that's a big theme in what women's sports is missing, is the feeling of being prioritized. And I feel like this is a perfect example of one of the first times where something has been made just for us. We've always been chasing and sharing, but yeah, this is like a really big step in the right direction, and we are all so so very grateful to have this. I mean, we've been in here for one day, but we can't wait to just stay in here like this is home. So
thanks again to Raylyn Turner, Portland Thorns. Get out and support the team. We certainly appreciate you spending a little time with us, and we'll get back to our second half coming up in just a moment. The Fishermen and Eagles are next right here on ESPN 106.3.
Thank you.
Be ready for your future with Clatsop Community College. Take college-level classes at CCC while still in high school and transfer them to a university when you're ready. Or take technical education classes to develop your skills to be prepared for in-demand jobs in the region. Clatsop Community College can help you be ready for your future. Contact the admissions office or check out clatsopcc.edu for more information on all the programs and transfer options available. Start here, go anywhere with Clatsop Community College.
You know that feeling when the ocean breeze hits and life just slows down? That's waiting for you at Catherine Riverfront Inn, an Ascend Collection hotel in the heart of Seaside. Wake up to a complimentary hot breakfast and take an easy stroll to the beach, the promenade, shopping, and local restaurants. This isn't just another hotel stay. It's your Oregon Coast getaway.
Book direct at CatherineRiverfrontInn.com. Catherine Riverfront Inn, an Ascend Collection hotel where every stay begins with the river and ends with memories of the coast.
This is Oregon football. Go Ducks!
Touchdown! Jordan Davison!
His arm was hit. Ball came down the tail with the steal.
The Ducks kick off the season on Saturday, September 5th at home against Boise State.
Should score. Will score. Dante Moore.
Kickoff is at 12:30.
Throws it left and it's intercepted. Brandon Finney Jr.
Catch us all season long on your home for Duck football. Brought to you locally by Peter Pan Market and Deli, Astoria Ford, Joe's Mobile, Seaside Outlets, Northwest Lending Group, Clatsop Community College, Lloyd Astoria Bayfront, and the Catherine Riverfront Inn in Seaside, Ascend Collection Hotels, and North Coast Gutters. The Ducks play here.
Let's go!
On 106.3 ESPN Radio.
From the turf to the hardwood, we represent the purple and gold. I'm Coach Howard Rube, and the action continues now on ESPN 106.3.
Back here at CMH Field, just a few seconds before we get started with the second half. And tonight here at the field, they are honoring their dance team and getting their rings. The Pizzazz OSA, the three-peat dance team for the Fishermen. Very cool for these young ladies out here getting honored and recognized, and they've all got their flashy jackets on. I love it. They're looking good out here, and congratulations to all the girls, their parents, and the coaches, and everybody involved who gave them rides, took them anywhere, cheered for them, did anything. There is a lot more than goes into that than just showing up and doing a little dance. So those girls worked their butt off.
They sure do.
To do that. Three-peats, and that is almost unheard of. So
yeah.
That is pretty awesome for this girl, and let's go for the four. Okay, let's not get greedy, but let's go for the quad, right?
That's it. And there they are.
There they are. There's the banner. There's the flag. Boy, that looks pretty good, doesn't it?
Sure does.
See if I can maybe snatch a picture of that. We'll try to get that on our Facebook or somewhere, because that's pretty awesome. Congratulations on the three-peat for the Pizzazz dance team. And, of course, before I get too far out of it, a big thank you to Raylyn Turner from the Portland Thorns for joining us here at halftime, talking a little bit about the new Kaiser Permanente Center in Portland, a very, very cool facility. Like I said, I got a chance to go down and chat with her, wander around the pitch a little bit, and it's impressive.
Yeah,
it's impressive. Tonight they are off against Gotham, and it is a 1-1 score as it goes, and I'm trying to get more information on that, but 1-1 between Gotham and Portland, and they'll probably take a little time to figure that all out. I believe end of the match, so I think it's going to end as a 1-1 tie. Looks like that is the case. So 1-1 between the Thorns and Gotham, but congratulations, Raylyn Turner, the young and up-and-coming striker wearing number 66. If you get out there to a Thorns game, she's easy to spot because there's not a lot of 66s. Like she said in the interview there, she wore 6 all her life and got to college, and fifth-year senior kept the 6. They needed another number, and they said, well, we can make you a 66. She could make a 66. Yeah, let's do that.
Let's do that. That sounds fun.
I love that. I was 66 as a high school football player, so it resonated. I'm like, all right, 66. I'll buy a jersey. Absolutely, I will. I'll support Raylyn Turner and buy the 66 Portland Thorns jersey. You betcha.
Perfect.
Just about a minute here before we get restarted. And for those listening on ESPN 106.3, you may notice that the Chiefs and Seahawks are on the air in a field goal fest baseball score.
Hawks just put a touchdown.
No, there you go. So still a baseball score at 9-6. A little bit there between the Hawks and Chiefs, but of course it's preseason and nobody cares.
Except for the guys about to get cut.
Except for the guys trying to make the squad. That is one thing, it's as fans, we all kind of laugh about that a little bit, at least in that regard, that, what do we really need this preseason? Well, for the guy vying for his job or vying for a job or a chance to make a practice squad, or not even necessarily for the team that he's on.
Right.
That's the other thing is these guys are also trying to
keep playing.
Keep playing. It may not be for the Seahawks or the Chiefs.
Yeah.
They're auditioning for 31 other teams.
That's right.
So if they go out there and put on a good show, maybe there's a guy who goes down and they need to call up a guy, put a guy on a practice squad, or get somebody on the roster. You never know. You might just end up finding your way in.
Yeah.
And, opportunity. The football, all sports, really, they're a game. They're just chances of opportunity. And you got to take them when you can get them.
Sure.
I know as a Seahawks fan, you're going to hate when you use the Tom Brady reference, but Tom Brady was a 6th-round draft pick who didn't get a chance until Drew Bledsoe got hurt.
Right.
He was never supposed to be the starter, never supposed to be the guy. It took somebody getting hurt for, that guy to come in. And you see that all the time in the NFL where it takes a guy. Patrick Mahomes didn't get much of an opportunity his first year in Kansas City until Alex Smith, kind of got hurt, got to the end of a contract, and they're like, well, can we make the switch?
Yeah.
We're going to make the switch. Obviously, in retrospect, not a terrible switch, but it's just, it's opportunities. And
exactly.
That's what these last couple of preseason games are for. The fact they sell tickets and charge money for them, I think, is really the problem, because are we really paying for preseason?
You're not going to see,
Yeah. I mean, for the guys that are working, it means everything. For us as fans,
it's fun to get in the spirit.
It's fun to get in the spirit and get ready for the season.
Speaking of getting ready.
Yeah, here we are.
Astoria kickoff here.
And it's going to be an onside kick. Fishermen try to get sneaky.
And they get it.
And it's going to get recovered by
Astoria.
Astoria.
Yep. Wow.
Yates comes up with it. It was almost going to be between Stayton Eagles and Yates. I couldn't see who was laying down there for the Eagles. I believe it was 51. Not Trevor Barnett, 51 for the Eagles, Carter Vincent, who was wrapped up right there in front of Yates and might have wrestled it away, but Yates did a good job of wrestling it back. So Coach Rube digging into the bag of tricks to get the ball back here. And, that's just the jump start the Fishermen needed in this one, down 27-12 as we get started here in the second half. They needed a short field in the ball, and they got a short field in the ball.
They sure did.
So there you have it. They stole a possession, as few of those coaches like to say. From under
that's
center.
What you need when you're down by 15.
Exactly. Shacker's going to hand this one off to Yates up the left side.
Wow,
and Silas is going to plow forward and push in from behind.
He got 9 yards after contact.
Ben Wenicky get in behind that pile and push. And holy smokes, they're going to give him 8. He fell forward for darn near the first down, but here we go, back under center, and why not hand back to him? This time he's going to get wrapped up in the backfield. He's going to stretch forward and get a short loss. About a foot. That was about a 1.5 yard loss before he stretched forward and got the ball back to almost the line of scrimmage. Still going to keep it at a 3rd and 3 for the Fishermen from the 31. They're on the other side of the 50 after stealing the possession with the onside kick. Nice tricksy play by Coach Rube to start the half. They did not line up and look like it. There was no indication that was going to be an onside kick. But I know Coach Rube well enough after doing a number of the years of these games that every now and then you just got to roll that dice.
That's right.
From under center, Shacker points at his back, splits him up in the backfield. That is Yates and Landon Reed, the senior. He'll take the snap from under center, look to throw, and cock it back, reload, and get out to the right side. Get to the sticks and out of bounds as he scrambles forward.
He's got that first down.
Yeah, Hill was covered up down. That's where he wanted to go deep down the center, but Hill was covered up. And Shacker, with the pump fake, leaks out to the right, escapes again, and picks up the first down. What a run.
Nope, they're going to say he's short.
They're going to say he stepped out just half a short. The other official's going to come in and say, well, guys.
And Rube is throwing hands in the air.
He's like, what are we talking about? Respot that. Let's measure it. They're going to say short, so third and a fist.
Fourth and a fist.
Or fourth and a fist, excuse me. Rube doesn't like it. He's all the way out past the yard marker there, the 30, not quite to the hash. He gets the call in, and the Fishermen come back into the two tight end set. Two backs in the backfield. That's Hill and Yates. Watch for the up back run. Nope, Shacker's going to take it himself, and the quarterback sneak is going to be good enough for 4. 4+, I think. Shacker with a great quarterback sneak. We saw quite a bit of that from him last year.
Sure did.
As a junior, he's pretty sneaky from that quarterback sneak position. He gets and finds that really well. His guards, obviously, Colt Kelly, Brito, Duryea as a center, they make a pretty good crease for him, and he is really good at getting slippery in there. Usually a good couple of yards. It's not just inches. He usually gets it by a few. 10:25, the Fishermen on the move. Shacker hands off to Yates. Yates gets met and pushes forward for another couple. I tell you what, yards after contact, he doesn't go down easy.
No. It's impressive.
Usually he's making contact, not being contacted.
Yeah.
And once they make contact with him, he's usually fighting back.
And he's carrying 4 guys on his back.
Second and 7, 3-yard carry on the first down play. Out of shotgun, Shacker asks for it, and they're going to get the cross handoff to Yates, and this time he's going to get blown up in the backfield. And coming in is one of the 50s for the Eagles.
56?
I see a 55, but I don't have a 55 on the Eagles roster.
Yeah.
Potentially 56, Tyler Jensich. Maybe a number change there, but there's a 56, no 55. So one of the 50s may have a different number than the roster we have, but got back there and blew that up. So 3rd and 8, Shacker will stay in shotgun with 4 wide receivers spread out. From the 22-yard line, the Fishermen trying to threaten. Shacker looks, he'll throw it out. Hudson Hill's got it at the sticks.
And he's going to scramble for 4 more after catching it.
He is indeed. Logan Zirkle was there to try to get him on the ankles and tangled him up just enough to get him down, but not before the first down is reached. So 1st and 10 for the Fishermen. They can still get the first down from the 12-yard line. Shacker gets the relayed call in from Rube, and he'll line it up. Down in this one, 27-12. The Fishermen trying to make some noise here to start the third quarter. And Shacker from under center, back to the one wide tight end.
Oh, ball comes loose, but
he'll
Shacker
turn and
falls
fall on it. Yeah, he got the snap and went to pitch and kind of held the ball too low and almost, he kind of stripped himself.
Yeah.
The ground stripped Shacker. He's got to be about 2 inches more tall to deal with that. He just kind of swept the ball on the turf.
Yeah. Good instinct to dive back on top of it, though.
He was able to recover, and unfortunately, he's going to lose a couple of yards on the play, but maintained possession. So
lost a yard.
Mental mistake, but see if you can recover here on second now, and what they say is 12. Shacker back under center, one wide receiver, Johnson out, and another bobbled snap. This time, Fishermen are going to fall on it, and it's not Shacker.
No, that was
Kelly, I believe, from his guard position, able to turn around and find the ball. A nice call from the line of scrimmage. Kelly was able to turn around and use his backside to shield the defender and still fall on the ball.
Yeah. It's going to get it out to the 16 now.
That's going to be a 3rd and 14 for the Fishermen here. Couple of mental mistakes for the Fishermen. Down in this one, 27-12. Kicking game a problem. I'm not sure if Rube will resort to a field goal attempt here if needed. We had a couple of extra points blocked. Shacker with 4 wide receivers, 2 on either side from shotgun. Will look. He's going to throw deep to Hill in the end zone and just off his outstretched fingers. And 4th down for the Fishermen. The decision for Rube here.
4th and 14. Yeah, I think you're right, Rob, but the kicking game is what it is.
They're sending the kicker in, though.
Okay.
So they're going to try to cut this to a 12-point game. Again, we're in that weird score at 27-12 with the 2 blocked extra points for the Fishermen. The Fishermen are set up in just kind of this weird twilight zone of combinations to get back even in this one.
We haven't seen them kicking field goals yet today, though.
Not yet. Couple of botched extra points, both blocked. We'll see what Evans can do here with the squad set to go. Eagles, a little shuffle on defense. Fishermen look, and the snap. It's up, and it is no good. Off to the right, just wide right. It had the length, just not quite the right targeting. So Evans will miss that one, and it'll stay at 27-12. The Fishermen steal the possession with the onside kick, but they can't pay it off. A couple of bad plays there by Shacker. The missed handoff where he swept and hit the ground and fumbled himself. Then the bad snap. And
that's all it takes.
It's all it takes. 2 dead plays there, set the Fishermen back. And well, they jumped out with a great opportunity with the onside kick. Weren't able to make the Eagles pay.
That's right. Eagles take possession at the 20.
Fishermen line up on defense and try to get a stop here. They've been unable to do that. And that one is going to get tangled up at the 23. A couple more yards for Carlgren, who will push the ball forward for the Eagles. He's done a bulk of the carrying for the Eagles tonight with just under 7 minutes to go here in the third. It remains a 27-12 ball game in favor of the Stayton Eagles. It's 4A matchup. Fishermen line up on defense. Linebackers eyeing the gaps. And another run by Carlgren. It's going to be a short run. Trying to make some noise there. It looks like Kelly trying to come up with the tackle. Landon Reed from the linebacker position making a little noise there as well. So 3rd and 4. 26-yard line. The Eagles have been able to convert their 3rd downs. Fishermen would like to get a stop here. 4 down linemen, 4 linebackers for the Fishermen. Under center, the Eagles go. Fake handoff, they're looking. And Landon Reed is right there in the quarterback's face. Incomplete pass. Landon Reed was right there. The quarterback spun into him. And Landon Reed did a great job of putting his arms up and pretty much
sneaky on that
one. Giving him a hug as he threw that ball and was able to get the ball to the turf. 4th and 4 on the 26-yard line. We'll see what the Eagles decide to do here. With the lead, are they okay to give away the possession? Great stop by the Fishermen there. It's just what they needed to do. Keep them held. They do look like they're going to line up in the punt formation. Their punter is the kicker that's been handling most of the kicking duties, Carter Vincent. Offensive lineman, linebacker, listed junior.
They snap back. Kicker kicks. It's high and short.
Adler's going to bounce at the 47 and go backward. It's going to go to the Astoria 40 down to the 38, 39.
Eagles 39.
39-yard line, so a net punt of about 13 yards. Not great.
No.
Not great at all as that one hit and rolled the wrong way. So the Fishermen got a couple of things they needed, and that was an onside kick recovery. They drove the ball down. Unfortunately, couldn't make the Eagles pay with it, but...
And a huge stop, though.
The huge stop in the punt keeps the Fishermen in business on the other side of the 50. The right side of the 50 if you're the Fishermen. As they take over now on the 39-yard line and see if they can keep their offense moving. They just need to control some of those mental mistakes. And like we talked about early, try to avoid as many of those as you can. The Fishermen have had a few. We'll see if they can avoid any on this drive and get another one in for pay dirt. 1 wide receiver out. This time they move their flanker in motion to make a 3-back backfield, and Yates is going to take it up the middle, scramble off a tackle, and pick up a first down, or really darn close to it.
Really close.
He's got 9 9/10 of a yard there if he doesn't have it. There it is.
There it is.
Full 10. It was close if it wasn't, and it was.
Inside the 30.
10-yard run for Yates. And he is just pretty much legs a-spinning and a cloud of dust all night tonight for the Fishermen.
I could watch that all season, Rob, and I think we're going to.
I think we're going to see a lot of it as it continues to work here. Shacker under center trying to bring his man in motion. Finally gets him in moving. That's Luke Vahoka. And Yates once again for 3 yards. Mercola a little late on the motion. A little miscommunication between Shacker and his flanker, trying to turn that into a 3-person backfield. His tight end trying to bring in, so you have your fullback, your deep back, and then what it basically is your tight end flanker extra fullback kind of thing. Try to bring your flanked tight end in motion, and then you snap the ball while he's lined up in the gap somewhere, and you run behind your 2 fullbacks, Hill, and a little jump by the Eagles. Yates this time backing up Hill, who takes the up handoff. And Hill, the fullback, will gain 4. It'll bring 3rd and 2 from the 21 for the Fishermen.
The lights come on, Rob.
Got some lights, not doing a lot of good here as the shadow has fully engulfed the field, but we've still got some nice bright blue skies above us as we are just past 7:30 and still very comfortable as far as weather goes. Not a lot of wind and still 60.
Yeah.
Barely even hoodie weather here.
Considering they were calling for rain, I'm not complaining.
Not at all. From under center, this time Shacker keeps it. He'll have the first down as they run a very similar play to everything else. The umpire's calling the play dead. And it is the first down. I thought for a second he was going to call it dead before it got started, but
I was like, yeah.
He was just calling the play dead and moving everybody forward for the first down. Once again, Shacker under center. He's going to bring his flanker in motion again, and they hand it off to Yates. Yates runs into the back of his back, and we'll have just a short gain there as he runs into the back of Wedeke. Wedeke, the tight end. They try to stack that left side of the line. They haven't changed pretty much. They've done the same thing for the last 5-6 plays here.
Sure have.
They've lined up with the dual back.
Got an injury on the field. They're carting off
They're helping somebody off for the Eagles. That looks like Ryland Thiessen as he hops off, the senior defensive lineman.
Hopefully just a cramp.
The fact that he hopped off and they're working on a leg kind of alludes to that potential. Johnson splits out to the right. 2 backs, Hill and Yates in the backfield. Shacker's going to bring his man in motion one more time. Same formation. What do they do with it this time? This time, Shacker's going to throw the quick slant, and down to his knees to catch it is Johnson, which is going to kill the play. Just shy of the first down. 2nd and 9 from the 17. He's going to pick up about 8.
He's going to have inches to go.
Just shy of the first down, and that is, of course, nobody touched him. But in high school, once your knee goes down, you're done. So he kind of gave himself up to make the catch there. No fault to the receiver there.
No.
But that would have been a college or NFL game. You'd have been up and might have been able to score with it.
Yeah.
So from the 9-yard line, 3rd and 1, still a first down to pick up for the Fishermen. Shacker's got it. Hands off to Yates. Yates comes to the right, back to the left, up the middle. And
still
Greg's ball carriers down to the 2. I think you're right, Bob. Yeah, trying to watch the umpire walk in from the side. Fisherman punched that one down to the 2.
He made contact in the backfield. It's fun to watch.
2:19 on the clock. Fishermen down 27-12. They need one here. Shacker under center. This time he's going to keep it himself.
And
the push and should be no. The umpire says he got twisted at the line, and it'll be 2nd and 1. Clock keeps ticking. And the Fishermen are going to line this one up. No huddle. Not necessarily a hurry-up offense, but a no-huddle offense as they line back up. Shacker walks up under his center. And this time he's going to go off the right side and find Pater. He's going to, instead of going straight up the middle of the quarterback sneak, he kind of squirted out to the right and was able to find the edge, looking for the defensive lineman and the ends to kind of crush in. And a good job by Shacker to feel that and feel his way around the right side and dance into the end zone. And now it's going to be that weird thing that Rube's going to have to go for 2 here, I think. 18-27. I don't think you have much of a choice but to try to go for 2. Got to try to close the gap to at least a 7-point game, or do you keep it at 8 and try to go for the 2-point conversion later?
It's hard saying.
It's, again, where I go back to the weird situation of the points combination. You got to do one or the other at some point. Do you do it now or do you do it later?
That's right.
It looks like to me they're doing it now.
Yeah, we'll do it live.
Instead of trying to bank on the 2 later, they're going to try to get the 2 now so they know what they need to get or don't need to get later.
They push
Yates
forward.
into the backfield. He's going to get stacked up. The final push is going to keep him short. He's out. Rube wanted it, but he got stacked up in the middle.
Yeah.
And it doesn't work. So the Fishermen will keep this one at 18, failing at all 3 PATs. Points after touchdown, 2 blocked PATs. And that time, the 2-point conversion stuffed as Yates finally doesn't go anywhere.
We can stop Stayton, take a touchdown with an extra point, and a field goal. We're there.
And we're there. So now, instead of it being a 7-point ball game, it is 9. Again, it's when you get into that weird kind of combo of numbers, it's what choice do you make later in the game? And at this point, with the way the offense is working for the Fishermen, there's only a minute 43 here in the third quarter. This is not a high-flying 80-yard play offense.
No.
This is a 7-minute drive kind of offense. So Rube needs to get a stop, get the ball back, and try to get one in if he wants himself to have another opportunity. He's got to maintain possessions at this point. And honestly, the way Stayton runs the ball and the way they run the ball, that's their offense too. They're not going to vary from anything they're doing right now either. They're going to try to hunker down, go under center, and hand the ball off and see if they can't run 7 minutes off the clock. If they can limit the Fishermen to 1 possession in the fourth quarter, they're okay.
Yep.
Onside kick again. That one's going to go up, and the Fishermen are going to screw up and touch it before it goes 10.
Yeah.
And there's the penalty.
I don't think he wanted to touch it. I don't think he had a choice.
That one was kicked right into, I believe that was Gentry Broughton, and the fans here are like, no, that wasn't. It was. Because they kicked from the 40, and he caught it at the 49.
Yep.
He did. We had a pretty good look at it from up here, and it was
right in his hands, about the 48.
Right in his hands. He just needed to dance another second.
They're going to back it up and kick. Yeah.
Yeah, and Rube's trying to fight for it, and the official's like, no, he was on this side of the 50.
Yep.
Rube's going to lobby because that's what he needs to do as a coach, but he's wrong.
The refs made the right call.
They made the right call. So from the 49-yard line, Stayton will waive off the penalty, which would give them a re-kick.
Yep.
Instead, they're going to say, now we'll
take it.
We'll just take it. That's from the 49. It's fine.
Yeah.
We'll take it from first touch. It's fine. So Stayton sends 2 wide receivers out. They've got 2 backs. We'll see if the Fishermen send in a blitz, see if they try to blow this up in the backfield, as the Eagles have run the ball well against the Fishermen for most of the game. This time they're going to keep it with the quarterback, and he's going to push forward for about 4.
I don't think he pushed forward. I think his guys pushed him
It
forward.
hit a little bit of both there. He followed the running back through the hole and went through for 4. They've proven that they can run the ball. I think right now the Fishermen might need to try to send in a linebacker blitz and try to
They've been effective when they go for that QB.
They need to guess, I think, a little bit here. Try to get a stop. Another short field for the Eagles now at the 44-yard line. They're across the 50 to start. Starting on the 49. This time a botch snap, and the Fishermen are there. So are the Eagles. Who's going to come up with it?
It's going to be Eagles.
It will stay with the Eagles. Emmert was able to get back on top of it. Now under a minute here in the third quarter. Boy, the Fishermen had an opportunity there, but the short yardage will keep it at 3rd and 5 at the 44. Fishermen line back up on defense. Strong defensive line needs to come up big here. They're not necessarily huge. They are strong and nimble and quick, and they need to try to get in and blow something up as they come out in the high formation. Handoff to the deep back outside, tangled up, and it'll be short of the first down. Fishermen do a good job of keeping it to 2 yards.
Thought that ball came out for a second. But
for a second, it looked like it might. Hill comes up from the linebacker position and drags the ball carrier down. Somebody lost, it looks like a towel there.
Yeah.
Gump will pick it up and pull it away.
Hill was gimping just for a second. I think it
got up and bounced a minute there. It looked a little dangerous, but Hill will be okay. It looks like stay out there, and that'll do it for the third quarter as it ticks away. The Eagles lead this one 27-18 with possession. 4th and 3. We'll be back in a minute right here on ESPN 106.3.
The Peter Pan Market and Deli is the perfect place to gather for a quick snack and one of their signature sandwiches before the game. Enjoy covered outdoor seating or sit inside with beers and ciders on tap and wine by the glass. You can relax with friends before heading to the game. Make Peter Pan Market and Deli your morning stop too. Grab a coffee and a bagel or other breakfast treat before work. Order ahead at peterpan2go.com. Peter Pan Market and Deli, 712 Niagara Avenue, Astoria. Your local corner store and more.
Seaside Outlets, over 100,000 square feet of savings and shopping. Great food for every member of your family. Featuring great names in retail like Nike, Eddie Bauer, Pendleton, Bath & Body Works, Rack Room Shoes, Rue 21, and Carter's. And it's all just a few blocks from the beach. Plus, there's no sales tax.
Seaside Outlets, 1111 North Roosevelt Highway 101 and 12th Avenue. Visit seasideoutlets.com.
Time to get back to the action. I'm Athletic Director Howard Rube. Let's get back to the play-by-play on ESPN 106.3.
Thanks for joining us here on the YouTube channel for tonight's broadcast. The Eagles on the 4th and 3 are going to get blown up and not get it. The Fishermen get the turnover on downs. Coming up to make the defensive play. What a great effort. What a great opportunity for the Fishermen. Cody Johnson comes in and cuts down the ball carriers. They try to get around the left side. It's a turnover on downs. Exactly what the Fishermen needed.
Exactly.
To start the fourth quarter. 5 seconds off the clock, and they will start with the ball at the 43. They've got a few yards to gain as they're on the other side of the 50, the wrong side of the 50 this time for the Fishermen. But the good news is it's still a shorter field, and the Fishermen...
It's one of the shorter they've started with tonight.
It is indeed. Fishermen here.
It's right behind our pole.
Now looking to try to respond one more time. They've scored on the last opportunity to bring it a little closer, 18-27. Now with 4 wide receivers, Shacker's going to call for it, handoff to Yates. Yates is going to get cut in the backfield, and he'll only have about a yard as the defensive line for the Stayton Eagles did a good job there. That was 56 coming in to make the play, Tyler Jensich. And he did a good job of cutting Yates down there and keeping Yates to one of his shorter gains. They got him on the 2-point conversion attempt at nothing, and then this one for 1. And
they've had plenty of practice tonight.
They haven't stopped Yates very often, and that is a stop, just a yard. 3 wide receivers out to the left, 1 to the right. Rube goes to the shotgun here. Spread the offense out, looking to go to the air. Shacker will look, they'll throw, and that one up the middle, handled, caught, sneaking free is Johnson, pushed down from behind, and it is Hunter Mollestrom with the push down at the 31-yard line, and boy, Johnson was almost gone.
He sure was.
If he wouldn't have got pushed down off balance from behind, Johnson was ready to turn the corner and run up the right sideline at least. 1st and 10 from the 33. Yates is going to take it up the middle and plow forward to the 27. Bulldogging his way down for a few more yards. He'll gain.
You're going to mark him at 29.
29, a little shorter than that. Down early and pushed forward after the fact. Fishermen here, 29 yards from pay dirt. Down in this one, 27-18. They need a score here to give themselves an opportunity late in the fourth quarter. Fishermen with 4 wide receivers out. Shacker's going to keep this one and go up the middle, go out to the right. He'll bounce it to the 20, to the 15, and go out of bounds right at the 15-yard line. A good job by Shacker to get free. He feels the pressure. What little came from the left side, snuck out the back door and snuck out for a big first down for the Fishermen. So 15 yards away. Fishermen now have the ball. 10:25 on the clock in the fourth quarter. Great job by the Fishermen here getting a stop on defense and now making some noise on offense. Shacker in the backfield with his back, Yates. Yates will get it, go up the middle, and Silas will pick up a few. Always picking up a few is Silas Yates tonight. One of the Eagles down, getting help from teammates. He's up.
Stretching out that hamstring.
Carlgren is the one stretching out. Fishermen now with a 2nd and 8 from the 13. See what Coach Rube decides to do here, if he stays tight or spreads out the wide receivers. And he is going to spread offense again, go from shotgun. Yates in the backfield with Shacker. 3 receivers out to the left, 1 to the right. Hill is the one to the right, all by himself on the short side of the field. And Shacker's going to look that way, come back, look in the middle, and he's got Johnson right there. Oh, my goodness, what a catch. Wow. Cody Johnson catches at the hash at the 3-yard line, and they're going to place it at the 4. At the 4-yard line, what a great catch. Hill out to the right, caused some coverage, and Johnson was able to slash the middle and come away with a great catch in the air, gets hit in the hip, and yeah, just about did a cartwheel and took an awkward shot, but way to hold on to the ball. 9:15 here in the fourth quarter. Fishermen trying to threaten. They scoot back into the tight formation. They're on the hash to the right, and that is where the wide receiver is set too. They've moved everything to the right side, and they've tightened the field up. Shacker's going to keep it and plunge forward for 3, maybe 2. And the announcer's going to say 1-ish. We'll see where the official puts it, and it'll be at about the 1.5. And the fishermen won't huddle. They're going to go right back to it. They're going to stay tight. They're going to keep everybody packed into the right side of the hash here. And that is Hill and Yates in the backfield with Shacker. Shacker's looking for the snap. He's got it. Feels the left side and squirrels through behind the big defensive lineman that also play offense for the fishermen. Good job by Colt Kelly. And Duryea there to push forward, and the fishermen have closed the gap, 27-24. And now the fishermen do have an opportunity. They're going to go for 1, Rube says. He's got the number 1 up. That'll make it a 27-25, which does give the fishermen the opportunity to use a field goal to actually go ahead if it comes to that. So the odd difference in numbers have now worked themselves into this for the fishermen. 27-24, pending the extra point, 8:31. And Hill looks for the snap. Gets it, gets the ball down, and it's blocked again. Low kick this time by Evans. I don't think that one had a chance anyway. Evans almost kicked that into his line, so I think that was just a bad one regardless of whether or not the Eagles are there or not. It almost kicked that into the Eagles more than he did anything. So PAT problems for the fishermen. They'll be working on that this week in practice, I'm sure of it.
Missing our big senior from last year.
Yes, indeed.
He had a mule boot there.
And we missing a good kicker here for the fishermen, and somebody stepping in. Oric Evans doing his best. And kickoffs have been pretty good. Extra points, not so great tonight. So the fishermen close the gap to 3, 27-24, 8:31 in the fourth quarter. Still plenty of time in this one. The fishermen have proven they can get a couple of stops. They've done it and have responded well as we went in at halftime with the fishermen down.
Offense is moving that ball, moving it well.
They're moving the ball really well.
Defense coming alive, too, wearing them down.
Well, and that's part of this. With high school football, a lot of the, you look over at the Stayton Eagles sideline, and they've got, just real quickly, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 subs, I think, over there. So, again, we've got a few more young players, but when it comes to high school football, especially at the 4A level, you don't do one thing.
No.
Which means if you're out there trying to tackle Silas Yates
all night.
Oh, frickin' night. Come playing offense gets tiring too.
Yep.
Fisherman look to kick off here, and we'll see if Coach Rube has something else sneaky or if he'll go ahead and kick it deep. And he's going to throw one down. Oric Evans is going to kick it just to the 22. And number 1's going to grab it, go all the way up, cut the middle, and he's going to get tackled at the 31-yard line from behind.
Number 6 for Astoria. That's going to be Gentry Brayton.
Broughton was able to run him down, but boy, oh boy, another special teams mistake for the fishermen there. As another big return puts the Eagles in good field position at the 30-yard line, and they've only got 30 yards to go to make some noise here. A field goal could be detrimental in a lot of ways for the fishermen.
Sure could.
If the Eagles have a kicking game, they can use that to change this from a 3-point to a 6-point ball game and force the touchdown opportunity or force the touchdown decision at the end of the game if it comes to that. This time the Eagles will stack up with the flanker in the backs and hand off, and pushing forward for 5 yards is their big back, Mollerstrom. For the Fishermen, they need another big defensive stand here. About a 5.5-yard gain on the play. Fishermen have cut this to a 3-point game, and a couple of special teams mistakes by the Fishermen have kept the Eagles ahead of this one. Under 8 minutes to go, Eagles send 2 receivers out. Got a tight end and an I formation set up under center. Comes the snap. Fishermen, this time the throw to the right side is handled, caught at the 5 and in. Benefile once again scores for the Eagles. That one into the end zone, and unable to get over there to make the coverage was the Fisherman defensive back. And I believe that was Sam Mather who was unable to recover in time. And so just like that, the Eagles strike 33-24. They go up now by 9. And will line up to kick the extra point and make it a 10. 7:34 in the fourth. Disheartening touchdown for the Fishermen there as the snap is up and kick is through. No question, good. Fishermen, Eagles, opening day, night, lights are finally on, skies are faint, and the Eagles go back ahead 34-24, up by 10 after responding to the Fishermen scoring a couple of touchdowns to claw their way within 3. Still a lot of time, 7:34 to go. Fishermen might have to abandon the 3 yards in a cloud of dust type of offense here with the time ticking away. They can do it. They can spread the offense a little bit. We've seen it from time to time tonight. They did it and got a big screen play out of it. They've also spread out and gotten some big plays. Down on the goal line to Johnson with a big catch, and then eventually punching it in with a Shacker score. Thanks again for joining us here on our YouTube channel. We should have the rest of the season not only streaming live via the YouTube channel, but also on ESPN 106.3. As tonight we give way to the Eagles, or the Chiefs and Seahawks, so that we can bring you the Eagles and Fishermen here on the YouTube side, the stream, and 9-9 between the teams.
Yeah, with 7:52 left in the fourth quarter.
There you go. Eagles looking to kick off here in the fourth. 7:34 here. High kick, not deep. Taken at about the 15. And it's Johnson trying to find a crease. Finds a little bit of one, and got a penalty coming in late. Late penalty. Johnson dancing around a little bit. He doesn't like what happened there. He's hopping off. Don't know if it's a cramp or what it is, but
it's a cramp. Yeah.
Yeah, indeed. They go straight for the old calf pull. So straighten the knee, pull it back, and the way the umpire is facing, it looks like we're going to get a hold.
Against Astoria.
Yeah, indeed. First penalty of the game.
Second
penalty. The other one was the onside kick.
Yep.
I don't count that one. They declined it. First taken penalty of the game. I'll be half right.
We had a false start at the first.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Okay, so. Third penalty of the game. Second taken penalty. Be technical.
I had forgotten.
Feels like the first penalty of the game.
That's right.
Though,
It's been a clean game.
It's been a really clean game for the first game. A couple of bonehead mistakes here and there, but nothing resulting in a penalty-laden game. That
We've seen it.
We've seen in the past.
Yep.
Fishermen with the ball. They go to the shotgun. 4 wide receivers. Yates is going to take it up the middle, get free. He's going to get to the 30 and finally get drugged down just shy of the first down after about 8.5 yards. And the Fishermen here may just go right back up to the line of scrimmage, and they do.
They give him first down on that.
Yeah, they did. He fell all the way forward for it, so they're going to scoot the chains. He was close, but I didn't know that he got there all the way.
Yeah.
The official on the ground said he did. So the Fishermen in the hurry-up offense, not necessarily in a rushing offense, looking down the right side to Hill, out of bounds. And even if Hill was going to get there, it was thrown out of bounds far enough that Hill would have had to have been about 8 feet tall to reach up and snag it before it crossed the plane. So 7 minutes, honestly, on a 1st and 10 looking for the deep shot there. It stops the clock and threatens the defense a little bit. Not the worst thing you can do is overthrow one there and have 2nd and 10 with 7 minutes and a stopped clock.
Build a little bit of a gap for Yates for the next play.
You started with the run with Yates, and you got the clock running. So stopping the clock and going to 2nd and 10, it's okay. 4 wide receivers set, and this time handing off the ball. Yates up the middle. He's going to go down after 2. Look for the Fishermen to get back up on the ball here. A little bit of a hustle-up offense. Thanks again joining us here on our YouTube channel. I'm Rob Kovach, joined by Bob Wilkie, and we'll have all of the games hopefully this year with you.
Yeah.
Next one is going to be a long drive to
North Bend.
North Bend down the line.
That's Coos Bay for everybody.
4 wide receivers, 3 to the left for Shacker, 1 to the right side, short side of the field. Waiting for the snap. He's got it. He's going to roll that way. Look, and throw short of the first down.
He's got it.
He's got the catch at the 45-yard line.
That's good for 5 yards past the first down.
Sam Mather got the first and out of bounds, so it'll stop the clock and move the chains. 2 positive things on that play. Shacker rolling the wrong way for his throwing motion. As a right-handed quarterback rolling the wrong way, he was able to get his shoulders twisted, make a nice catch to his receiver, run into the sideline. Gets the catch, the first down, stops the clock, and here we go. They reset. Clock gets moving again now. Right on the 45-yard pole line. Shacker rolls this way this time, and he's going to throw deep to Hill. Ooh, can't get there.
There's a flag.
And 2 of them. One on the sideline, and the back judge running in the backfield was digging at his belt. Couldn't quite get his flag out. Like I said, they've been tucked most of the game, so the fact he forgot what side of the belt it was tucked into isn't necessarily a surprise this late in the contest. But defensive back with 2 hands right in the back of Hill at the sideline. And indeed, it is pass interference. We'll give the Fishermen a chance here.
I was going to be upset if they didn't call that.
That was right in the back of Hill. Hill was going to come away with a tough catch either way. But the defender did put 2 hands right in the back of him and give him a little extra push. Not egregious to the point where it was violent or anything of that nature, but you can't put your hands on the wide receiver.
Nope.
Not like it was unnecessary roughness or anything like that.
They weren't
it's just,
battling.
He put his hands on his back and
gave him a shove.
Gave him a little shove, too much. None needed, too.
No.
3 receivers to the right. Short side has just the 1 receiver. Shacker looks for it. Hands off to Yates. Yates finds a little gap up the middle. Get 3.
Grabbed him by the ankles and pulled him back on that one.
Yeah, he leaned forward and got the few yards to shorten the second down. 34-24 is where we stand. 10 points. 10-point game. 2 scores for the Fishermen needed. At least 2. 3 receivers back out to the right. Yates on the right side of Shacker. Shacker's going to roll to the right. Gets the coverage, gets the tight, and gets the catch. Held in on the sideline. Picks up a great block.
He's going to be inside the 15.
Cody Johnson doesn't go out of bounds, is able to dance inside and pick up a couple extra. And now with 5:15, the Fishermen are in business at the 16-yard line. What a great catch and what a great second effort after he got the ball to get to the sideline, dodge the defender, and snatch another few yards out of the play. 1st and 10 from the 21. Shacker has 2 receivers on either side. This time hands off to Yates, who goes up the middle for just a short gain.
Should get like 2 or 3 there.
Shacker gets the call from Coach Rube, and the Fishermen probably won't waste any time getting back to the line of scrimmage here. Get a quick huddle, get the play in, under 5 to go. And they break and send 2 receivers to both sides. Yates lines up on the right hip of Shacker in the shotgun. Hill and Johnson on one side, and Shacker's going to go right up the middle. He'll have a first down, I believe, here, Bob.
He should.
On the second 8 play, he is really close to the sticks of the quarterback keeper.
They're not waving at him.
Great play, great quarterback draw. They're going to say knee was down just shy of it. So Shacker will line back up with 2 wide receivers and take the quarterback sneak, feel the right side, whistles blow before the play. Somebody not set?
They're pointing towards Eagles.
I don't even see a flag out there.
No, there's no flag. Dead play?
Oh, there's the flag all the way over to the sideline. It's the side judge on the far side who threw it.
They're calling it against
defensive encroachment. So On the 3rd and 2 play, Shacker was trying to leak her on the right side, and he would have been short of the touchdown. So the Fishermen will take the penalty in the first down and goal.
Half the distance, yeah.
So from the 4-yard line, it'll be first and goal, 3-yard line, from the 3-yard line, first and goal. The scoreboard says 4, but it is on the other side of the line, maybe 4, 3.5.
Somewhere in there.
I guess if they run it in, give them 4 yards on the carry. Right?
That's right.
Shacker under center. He'll hand off to Yates. Yates gets tripped up in the backfield. This time breaking through was Rylan Thiessen for the Eagles. Great job on the defensive line to get back there and drag him down for a loss of 2 on the play.
Wow.
Now from the 6-yard line, second down, just over 4 minutes to go. The Fishermen can't be wasting too much time in the huddle. They break, and Shacker has Hill and Yates in the backfield with him. Rube relays a little more information in. He'll go from under center. And here comes the snap. And they're going to look to throw up pressure and picked off. Little miscommunication. They're going to get a penalty here, and this could be pass interference and a moot return for 6. Yates is not going to catch him. Taking it to the house is Charlie Benefill, and I believe it was all for naught.
Yep.
And Hudson Hill is in the backfield behind the judge going, yeah, everybody come back.
Yep.
3:33, and I believe it's going to be pass interference as Hill was tackled when the ball was in the air in the end zone. And everybody is kind of going, yeah, we're coming back.
Everybody got a good job.
Everybody's coming back.
Look at these guys in the back gassed.
Yeah, they are just absolutely gassed. Some of the fishermen, especially the linemen and those that did not see the penalty, obviously were playing for the stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, for all they knew, this was a pick 6.
That's it.
He was going to house this thing in 100 yards. But we're waiting for the official call, and here it comes. He was going to make the motion, then pulled his hands back, so holding on the defense. And so that is going to give the Fishermen a huge bailout here. And it was a miscommunication between Shacker and the receiver, or the receiver truly was held bad enough to be that far out of position.
Yeah.
But thinking that Shacker threw to the spot where he thought his receiver should have been because he was being held makes complete sense as to why that one was thrown right into the teeth of the defense. So Shacker from the 2 goes under center with Hill, and this time it is for the Fishermen, Ryder McCleary in the backfield. And Shacker will hand to Hill. Hill will twist, fight the tackle, and get to the 1-yard line, pushing backwards, dragging a ball carrier out of the backfield and to the 1-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 1 for the Fishermen. They'll waste no time going right to the line of scrimmage. And Shacker will go up and get the ball from Duryea, the center. And here comes the projected quarterback sneak into the end zone. The Fishermen are in. So 3:05, the Fishermen close the gap again. 30-34, and now we'll see what Rube decides. 1, puts the 1 up. We'll try to cut this to at least a 3-point deficit. 3:05 on the clock. Saw a lot of close games with the Fishermen last year. They came out on the short side of a few that were just heartbreaking. We'll see if the Fishermen can be the heartbreakers in the season opener here against the Eagles on the road. Hill set to hold. Oric Evans, the senior, to kick. He lines it up. We wait for the snap. And this extra point by the Fishermen. Down by 4 is up and in, and the crowd loves it. So the Fishermen cut it to 3 with 3:05 here in the 4th. It's an exciting one as the Fishermen are battling the Stayton Eagles in a punch-out here. They haven't exchanged the lead so much throughout the game, but the Eagles have come away with some benefits of some mistakes by the Fishermen.
Special teams, especially.
Special team mistakes, especially. The punt return to start the game, the botched kick return, fumble on the return set the Eagles up in prime position and gave them a good lead to play with. And that is the scary thing with this 3 yards and a cloud of dust kind of offense. The running game, as much as an old school football guy as I am, and I love it, it would chews up way too much time. So when you get down by 2 scores,
it's tough.
3 scores, it makes it very hard to get enough possessions.
Yep.
It's not hard to score. You can get 1 or 2 back. You can do those kinds of things.
You got to count on your defense to start taking them.
You totally have to count on some takeaways. You do have to start to beg on that, because if you're running that kind of an offense and you're taking 6, 7, 8 minutes off the clock, I mean, that's darn near a quarter.
Right.
That's that's 3/4 of a quarter. So it just doesn't give you enough possessions.
Oh, pooch kick.
Onside kick, recovered at the 49, didn't cross the 50. The Eagles will sit on it. Good job by Rube trying to sneak the onside kick again. So the Fishermen defense now with all the timeouts in both coaches' pockets.
Yeah.
Will have an opportunity to try to get the ball away from the Eagles here in the 4th quarter, down by 3. Early start tonight at 6 o'clock. We're just after 8. Comfortable evening here as we wrap up August in Astoria, CMH Field. Not much wind to speak of all night long. It has been calm, comfortable, and mostly clear. Got a few clouds floating in here at dark, but for the most part, boy, oh boy, what a comfortable, gorgeous evening.
It sure is.
Eagles get ready to go. 2 wide receivers out. They look to hand off to the up back. Quarterback keeps it, and he'll get a few yards.
About 4, yeah.
Get down to about the 50, past the 50. They started at the 49 to about the 45.
You got to mark it right at the 45.
There you go. So they're going to get a timeout now by the Fishermen as they try to preserve the time. So 2:58. 31-34, the Fishermen trying to get the ball back. They need a couple more stops. And now really look for potentially one of those sneaky blitzes where you just send Hill or one of your other linebackers, Johnson potentially, just flying through a gap. Maybe you guess it right. Maybe you blow it up in the backfield.
Or just take a pick 6.
I doubt that the Eagles are going to throw the ball here. You talk about throwing on the 1 yard line. Now is not the time to go to the air. You did notice maybe on that last play, Bob, I don't know if you saw it, but the defensive lineman reaching in there on that tackle, hand on the ball. They're definitely getting trying to get a hand on the ball and rip it loose. The Eagles out of the timeout will line up. Flanker and 2 backs, 1 wide receiver. And the snap, they look to toss back, and coming out to the left side with some room, some space, and getting free and getting edged. And the Fishermen are not going to get there. A 45-yard touchdown for the Eagles. They'll go back ahead as getting around the side, getting around the edge was number 1, their other stud, Hunter Mollerstrom, one of the 2 running backs who have done most of the damage for the Eagles tonight. Gets the big damage there to put the Eagles up 40-31. 2:48 still left in the 4th quarter. The extra point lined up. And the kick is up, and that one is good as well. Good kicking game for the Eagles tonight. They go back up by 10. 2:48 here in the 4th. And that is exactly what the Fishermen needed not to have happen.
Yep. Took them 17 seconds to score that touchdown.
That was quick. They got the short kickoff from the Fishermen as Rube tried to sneak another possession. And, that gets tricky. That gets, you can't blame him for doing it, but you can only be sneaky so many times.
Yep.
And that one, they were trying to be sneaky there. They did not line up like an onside kick. They were trying once again to steal a possession and just couldn't quite come up with it. Left the short field, and they crashed the line, and Nolstrom was able to sneak around the left side, get down the sideline, and go scot-free after he got there. And the Fishermen trying to collapse the line. A lot of times that happens. Your backers and even your defensive backs kind of get sucked in, and once they break contain,
that's it.
There's just nothing there to get them.
Yep.
2:48 here in the 4th. The Eagles tight, ready to kick off. They spread out. I would imagine a deep kick here for the Eagles. Carter Vinson once again doing the duties for the Eagles, handling the kicking job. Down by 10, the Fishermen with 2 timeouts. The Eagles with 3. This one a low squibbler and handled by the Fishermen. That is
number 3, I believe.
Crawford, I believe, with the return. Isaac Crawford, the senior, gets it on the bounce and is able to get it up to the 43-yard line. Not bad.
No, great return.
Great return for the Fishermen there. And now they need to come up with one of those big plays. 60-yard, 57-yard touchdown would be great here. No 2-minute warning in high school ball, so you can't count on the 2 timeouts and the 2-minute warning and a score under 40 seconds. So the Fishermen are going to have to try to come up with something here as they get their spread offense back out onto the field. 3 receivers out to the left. And Shacker in shotgun. And here comes the throw. Steps into that one down the right sideline over the hands of Hill and
holding his arm back, but no
that
call.
Was overthrown ball, and I think that's a good call by the official to just let him play. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't bad. They were tight. They were running. They were both kind of jockeying for position. The defender, they're just kind of holding each other back a little bit there. Hill had his hand back, pushing on the defender. The defender was on top of the receiver. They both looked back. It was overthrown by a yard or 2, and I think that's a good no call there. Can't get too ticky-tacky in high school. You got to be right with the calls, but you can't get too tight. And now 2nd and 10 from the 43. Fishermen with 4 wide receivers. We'll look to try to get another big gain. Shacker in shotgun. Calls for it, gets it. He's going to roll out to the 3 receiver set on the left and look for his receiver.
Good for
He's
a
got
first down.
a first down to Mather at the 45-yard line as they cross the 50. Down to the 43, 44. The official moves it around a little bit, back to the 43. 44, then 43. The Fishermen back on the ball. The ump blows the whistle, winds it, and we are ready to go. 3 receivers out to the right. Shacker looks. He's got his receiver Mather again for another first down and 10 yards.
Might have stepped out before.
Yeah, he did. Yep, 9 yards. Good call there, Bob. I thought he turned the corner and made it, but just a little shy. Yep. Either way, good catch and heads-up play by Mather and Shacker to connect on the left side. 2:25. Fishermen send receivers out to the right, 3 of them. Hill doesn't go to the huddle. He stays out there. I'd imagine he knows the route from out there. Shacker's got it. Silas up the middle, and he's going to plunge forward for about 4.
And a first down.
And he'll have the first, so now the Fishermen will get back on the ball. And there should be no 2 plays called in the huddle there. Get the first down and go for the pass. We know what it is, kids. The official sets the ball, gets out of the way. We wind the clock, and here we go. Shacker gets the ball, looks, goes to the short side. Short receiver, Mather again on the sideline for 7. And just shy of the sticks, but he's got the catch and out of bounds. That'll slow the sticks down or slow the clock down a little bit as he gets out of bounds. So the Fishermen will get set once the official gets the ball down and gets out of the way. Fishermen will have a chance here with a second and 3 from the 24. Shacker's got 3 receivers out to his right. Calls for it. He's got it, and he's going to look that way, and he's got his receiver, Johnson, who gets collided with right as the ball gets there and falls incomplete. Yeah. Defender and Johnson got right there at the same time, and all 3 met, and the ball hit the turf, and the Fishermen will have another shot at it from 3rd and 3 at the 24. 41-31, the Fishermen clawed it back to 3. And then the Eagles put the big one on the board to give them the lead, and the Fishermen trying here to come up with some miracles. They need at least a score here to really start thinking about something magical. Shacker bobbles the snap. It bounces back up to him. He's got it. He's got the throw off. And a throw over to Isaac Crawford, which will get the first down. That was he bobbled the snap. It bounced. It came right back up to him like he was dribbling a basketball.
That's what I was thinking.
Gets the pass off to Crawford. Crawford crosses the out-of-bounds line for the first down, so 1st and 10 from the 17.
Ball's on the 17.
2 minutes and a second left on the clock.
10-minute deficit for the Fishermen, trying to cut the gap a little bit here. Shacker calls for the ball. He's got it. Rolling out to the 3-receiver set on the left. Looks. He's got his receiver.
Oh.
And crossing the first down marker is Isaac Crawford. One more time as he gets the catch and the yardage to get out of bounds and give the Fishermen a 1st and goal from the 6, I believe.
I believe you are correct, Rob. Looks like they might spot it on the 7.
Foot out of bounds, just a little short of where I thought he landed on the far sideline. So the Fishermen send 3 receivers out to the right, the strong side of the field, to the short side. It is just the solo receiver. Well, Shacker will look, and he likes Yates leaking out into the field and in. Silas Yates leaks out of the backfield, catches the little swing, and there you have it.
So he can rush it and he can receive it.
Yes, he can. Great job by Yates there. He kind of leaked out, ran the little hook pattern, and not the hook pattern necessarily, but just the little swing, and catches it. Shacker finds him, and there you have it. The Fishermen close the gap once again to 4. 41-37. 1:49 to go, and kicker back out. Oric Evans, the senior.
Got the last one. Can he get this one?
They've struggled in the kicking game, and they are running out another blocker. They're one short. Getting out there to handle the duties, Isaac Crawford. Hill looks to hold the snap. Evans with the kick, and the ball is bobbled and pitched forward. Hill's got it, can't find anybody, and he's on his knee when he grabs it, so he's down. So another failed point after touchdown for the Fishermen, and boy, it's special teams. It's just been a kick in the knee all night, Bob.
Sure has. Yep, I bet I know what they're focusing on practice on Monday.
Special teams will be at the top of the chalkboard. At least it would have been back in my day.
I don't think they have chalkboards anymore.
I don't think they, message board, I don't know what you use anymore, right? I'm not sure what
the tablet.
The tablet. I'm not sure what the kids are hip to, but back in my day, at the top of the chalkboard, maybe the dry erase board.
Yeah, if you got fancy.
If you got fancy, it would have been special teams. Big capital letters as the emphasis of work for the next week.
Other than that, they're playing good football.
They're playing good football. We knew that there's
37 points tonight.
Got 37 points. A couple of mistakes have given the Stayton Eagles some short fields and some opportunities. The Eagles have taken advantage of them, and the Fishermen have.
I don't want to say it, Rob, but if we gotten our extra points, the score is tied right now.
Exactly. Make your free throws, get your extra points.
Right. That's right.
Just a few things that coaches will drive a coach absolutely nuts. Fishermen here look to kick off. We'll see if Rube tries to get sneaky one more time. He's only got 2 timeouts in his pocket, so here comes the expected onside kick. It's up and handled by the Eagles, and that'll do it.
Yep.
Number 19 comes away with the catch for the Eagles. That is Gavin Perino. Senior will safely handle it, and now with a couple of timeouts in Rube's pocket, he still has an opportunity to maybe force a decision with just seconds remaining if the Eagles can handle the time and the 2 timeouts correctly. If you're the Eagles, this is one time where you want to go ahead and maybe run a couple of sweeps, and if you lose 4 or 5 yards on one of them, it's okay.
It's okay.
As long as you can take 4, 5, 6 seconds off the clock.
You're battling that clock,
Right, you're running against the clock, not the yardage.
Yep.
Obviously, if you can get a first down, it's almost unilaterally over for the Eagles.
Victory,
But look for maybe a sweep play or a reverse or something wild that's going to take a lot of time. Quarterback draw here, and that's going nowhere.
Loss of 1 unless they gave him forward progress.
If they gave him forward progress, he got a little bit, but Coach Kelly wrapped him up around the waist and kind of just wrestling move, yanked him backwards. And they might credit him with the stretch. He might get a ball out of that. The Fishermen call the timeout. 1:41 on the clock. That took 6 seconds. 5 seconds. Both teams will huddle up, and that is, I'm sure, what's being talked about by the Fishermen here. Don't drag it out. Get them on the ground. The Eagles need to run one long play. to help extend or kill some of the time. But right now the Fishermen need to make sure that this next one takes a few seconds. If they run up the middle, just tackle. If you can come away with the fumble, then yeah, great. Do all those things. But get them on the ground. Let us call that last timeout. If we get it that way, they can't take a knee on 4th down. 2nd and 9 from the 48. The Eagles line up. Flanker and 2 backs trying to break through. They get it out to the right side, extending out and dragging it down for no play. Great job by the Fishermen there. They try to extend outside, and the Fishermen say nope. And it is Arthur Duryea dragging the ball carrier down for no gain, if not just a short loss, as they try to sneak out on the right side. He is so good at that. He is really quick from that defensive end position. Great center for the Fishermen and a really heady defensive end.
Yep.
So Fishermen do call the final timeout. And that'll be a 3rd and 10, as Duryea did drag him back for a yard. So tackle for loss on the play. So here, no timeouts left. Scoreboard is showing 1, but I'm pretty sure that it's been burned. I don't think you get an extra one back.
The first one was a mulligan.
The first one, get that one back. Here on the YouTube side, you should find us for the rest of the season. You can also find us on ESPN 106.3 live all season long for the Astoria Fishermen.
We've got a couple new sponsors to thank.
Yeah, absolutely. North Coast Gutters helping us out, and Bayfront in Astoria, the nice hotel there, and
the Lloyd.
The Lloyd.
Yeah. And the Catherine.
And the Catherine in Seaside. Welcome them aboard. Look forward to hearing their Seagulls information. Yeah. All right, so Stayton's going to go ahead and burn a timeout here. They want to see what the Fishermen defense look like, and that is just a little gamesmanship. I'll show you mine if you show me yours. Okay, now we know what the defense and offense are doing. Now it's time to readjust or make no adjustments. It's always the toss-up, right?
It's rock, paper, scissors.
It is, yeah. It's pretty much that. The Stayton Eagles at 3rd and 10 could trickle this down to within seconds, but they'll still need to run a play on 4th down. And if they turn the ball over on downs, the Fishermen might get the ball back with seconds left inside the 50-yard line. Down by 4. So the Fishermen need to play this one smart, and the Stayton Eagles need to play this one smart. So
got a final for the Seahawks game, if anybody's listening. It was a tie ball game.
No overtime in preseason.
9-9.
Here's the snap, the handoff to the deep back, and up the middle for 2, and it'll be down at the 50. And the clock will continue to run at 1:25, and it'll be 4th and about 8. And so now the Eagles do need to run a play. So the Fishermen were able to keep it short enough that they can't just sit on it. So now the decision comes from the Eagles head coach. Randy Nyquist will need to make a decision on whether or not he tries to punt, or do you just run backwards? And we've seen this a time or two. The quarterback could take this snap, run all the way through the end zone, and take a safety, kill all the time, and still win. So don't be surprised. If he doesn't get the ball and just run around in the backfield. And the Eagles will instead choose to take a timeout with 47 seconds to go. So they run the shot clock, as it were, the play clock all the way down, and leave 47 seconds on the clock on a 4th and 7 from the 50. And the official wants 50 on the game clock. So they're going to change that to 50. 37-41, the Fishermen are down by 4, and they will have a chance on a 4th and 7 to get either a stop or the ball back here. It's one of those situations where we've seen some miracles here at CMH Field, and not always in favor of the Fishermen.
We saw against with Seaside there.
We'd like to see one here, The old hook and ladder and the Seaside last-second play and some other things have it's been some tough heartbreakers here at CMH Field for the Fishermen.
Let's see if we can start out this way. It'd be a major upset. Stayton coaches poll says they're number 11.
Yeah, according to the coaches poll, they're just outside the top 10. All right, here we go. 2 wide receivers set up. 2 backs in the backfield. Fishermen line up on defense. The whistle, and we are underway. Here comes the snap from the Eagles. Still got, I believe, a timeout. They may just try to hard count the Fishermen here and call their timeout, and that's exactly what they do. The Eagles came out and kind of gave you the old, we're going to say some things and shout real loud. And
anybody want to jump?
You're not going to do it? All right.
You haven't done it all night. Let's.
I mean, it's a worthy effort. This is the gamesmanship within the gamesmanship,
totally.
right?
It's practice. You got the rest of the season to do this.
You got the first game of the year. You got high school kids. See if somebody slips up and jumps off sides.
That's right.
Why not, right? Fishermen jump off sides. That turns into a 4th and 2 and a much more easily converted 4th and something for the Eagles.
Right.
They don't jump off sides. It stays at 4th and 7. So now the decision still comes.
Can't take the time out with you, right?
No, you can't take it with you. See what you can do with it. So after the timeout, 37-41. The Fishermen down by 4, 4th and 7. 50 seconds still remain on the clock. Fishermen do have a chance to get this back with over 40 seconds, depending on what happens here. And it looks like the Eagles right now are lined up to punt. Be wary of something sneaky here from the Eagles. And the snap. And the Fishermen let them punt. It's up, it's in the air, and spinning, and bouncing at the 20, and rolling towards the sideline at the
16? 17.
It'll be right at the 17, I believe, and that took 8 seconds off the clock. And a good job by the Eagles there to get the ball actually to bounce and roll, because that trickled off a few more seconds.
They've got a great kicker.
So with no timeouts, 42 seconds and 4 points needed, the Fishermen need to come up with something miraculous.
I believe they have a play for that, don't they?
There is something for that. Hopefully. You always draw one up. All right. Here comes the Fishermen. 42 seconds, down by 4. Crowd getting into it. You can hear them trying to rally their team late in this contest. An exciting one here at CMH Field. 3 receivers to the right for Shacker. And there's no secret. Got to go to the air here as Shacker looks. Quick pass out to the short side. Mather, he's got it for the first down. He's inbounds. 35. If it's a first down, they got to reset the sticks, and that will stop the clock long enough to do that. And it is a first down, so the Fishermen can line up and get ready to roll immediately. And by now, there should be no secret as to what play you're running. They stay in the same formation. 3 receivers to the right. Clock starts moving at 30. Shacker's got it. He looks, goes back to that side. Mather's got it. He's got the first down to the 40, inbounds, and he'll have a chance to stop, move the sticks. Fishermen line back up. 22 on the game clock. The umpire runs the ball out, sets the ball on the hash, and gets out of the way. 22 on the clock. Shacker lines up. 3 receivers to his right. Now 20. Waits for the snap. He's got it. The look comes this way. He's got Johnson up the middle at the hash. Johnson's got a block from Hill and heads out of bounds at the 45-yard line. First down, out of bounds, 10 seconds. First down, Fishermen.
Just like that.
A play by Hill and Johnson. Johnson heads to the sideline. Hill turns around, picks up a key block.
Keeps him
Keeps
in
the
bounds,
defender from getting to him and keeps Johnson available to get to the sideline. So with the clock stopped, 37-41, the Fishermen need 45 yards. And Shacker puts 3 receivers on the short side of the field. He'll send Mather out to the wide side, all by himself on the hash. Shacker looks, and the Eagles back up deep. They're not going to let it go deep. Bad snap. Shacker's got it. He looks, running out of bounds. He'll step out of bounds and lose a yard and preserve the ball and the possession with 4 seconds left. I got to think with 4 seconds, it's your last opportunity. No secret here.
No.
4 sticks.
Yep.
You're just running 4 sticks. Everybody go to the end zone, and you try to make maybe a bit of a crowd, get a tip pass, get something miraculous. Maybe you try the flea flicker, or maybe you try the lateral, the hook and ladder.
Hook and ladder.
Maybe you try something crazy there, but for the most part, from 47 yards out, there's no secrets. 4 seconds, down by 4. Second 12 is virtually irrelevant. Crowd starting to get noisy again. Quietening down for their offense a little bit here as Shacker calls for the ball. 3 receivers on the short side. He's got Mather. Mather tosses back to Yates. Yates is free. He's got one ball carrier, but not the other. And Yates on the hook and ladder gets drugged down at the 30. And that is how this one ends on a failed hook and ladder. The Fishermen fall to the Stayton Eagles 41-37 We'll be back in just a moment to wrap this one up and look ahead as the Fishermen once again fall in an exciting one. With the ball in their hands, they couldn't come up with the last score to get the win. 41-37, your final here at CMH Field. We'll be back in just a moment on ESPN 106.3.
Don't wait for the next coastal downpour to discover your gutters aren't doing their job. Call local, veteran-owned North Coast Gutters. Getting a free quote is quick and convenient, and their dependable crew can get your project scheduled and completed fast. Protect your home with quality gutter installation from people who understand our coastal weather. Call North Coast Gutters today at 503-791-1181. That's 503-791-1181. North Coast Gutters. Local, reliable, and ready to get to work.
Hungry? Thirsty? Craving something delicious? Get to the Peter Pan Market and Deli in Astoria. They've got your cravings covered, from fresh sandwiches and salads to gourmet coffee and snacks. The deli is stocked with hand-picked ingredients, ensuring the highest quality in every bite. Need groceries? You're covered there too, with a wide selection of necessities and locally sourced products. The Peter Pan Market and Deli at 712 Niagara Avenue in Astoria. Visit online at peterpantogo.com for online ordering options. Taste the difference at Peter Pan Market and Deli.
Hi, folks. These sports teams that we follow pride themselves on a long tradition of excellence. The same goes for the place you choose for your home loan. Northwest Lending Group is one of the longest continually operating mortgage lenders in Clatsop County. We've been here over 20 years. I invite you to give us a try. Let us show you how we've earned over 98% customer satisfaction rating. Find us at 1227 Commercial Street in Astoria, by phone at 503-325-4116, or apply online at nwlendinggroup.com.
Northwest Lending Group is an equal housing lender. NMLS 1469420, ML28911.
Seaside Outlets, over 100,000 square feet of savings and shopping. Great food for every member of your family. Featuring great names in retail like Nike, Eddie Bauer, Pendleton, Bath & Body Works, Rack Room Shoes, Rue 21, and Carter's. And it's all just a few blocks from the beach. Plus, there's no sales tax.
Seaside Outlets, 1111 North Roosevelt Highway 101 and 12th Avenue. Visit seasideoutlets.com.
You're listening to Astoria High School Sports on 106.3 ESPN Radio.
Back here at CMH Field, wrapping this one up. The Fishermen fall 41-37 in their home opener, season opener. And just kind of a crusher there at the end. The Fishermen plagued by, just one real problem tonight, and that was special teams.
Yeah, and kicking and special teams were the Achilles heel tonight.
Stayton Eagles, a good team. They've got a good quarterback and some good connections there and a couple of good running backs. And, next for the Fishermen, the schedule doesn't get any easier.
No, it sure does not. We were talking about that a little bit. We've got Estacada, Banks, Caboose, Tillamook, and Seaside's not somebody to sleep on either.
No.
And all those teams, all in the coaches poll. Caboose is ranked number 3. We got Estacada at number 6, Tillamook at number 8, Banks at number 9, and then Stayton tonight was at number 11.
Basically number 11. So, yeah, it's going to be a tough run for the Fishermen, but boy, oh boy, they clean up a few things in first game of the year. Special teams cleanup, you fix a few things here. You go to the next game. North Bend is going to be a big one, as that one is on the road for the Fishermen. And then after the big road trip, they get a nice 3 home game stand, including a bye week in the middle of that as well. So the Fishermen will basically be home from September 11th all the way to October 2nd, October 9th when they go on the road to Caboose. So, hey, they're going to have a month at home for the most part.
Yeah.
And that'll be nice for the Fishermen after the long road trip to North Bend. And you can hear that game hopefully right here on ESPN 106.3 and our YouTube stream channel. Don't forget to tell your friends and family to like and click subscribe and do all those fun things so you can stay with us all season long. And if you happen to still be tuning in, don't forget to join me. I'll be out and about tomorrow about noon to 2. I'll be hanging out at Astoria Ford. I'll go out to one of our sponsors here and hand out some free Beaver tickets as they get ready to play on the 9th of here a couple weeks. 9th of September, their home opener for the Beavers. We'll have some tickets. So if you want to pick up a pair of tickets or a few pair of tickets, come out and see me and get your tickets free of charge just for stopping by and saying hello. It'll be that easy. So
that's awesome.
We'll be back on the air with you next week. At least I hope Bob is able to join me for that road trip. It's a long one, and I don't blame him for trying to get out of it. So be on the road next week, North Bend, Fishermen, and it's going to be a good one. Make sure you join us, ESPN 106.3.
And 6 tomorrow.
And it is going to be at 6. Don't forget that is an early kickoff again, early at 6. Most of the time it's 7, but these first 2 at 6, so don't forget about that. 6 o'clock next Friday. right here back on the airwaves at the YouTube channel. And don't forget to tune in and catch the Coaches Show leading into next week's contest as well. So for Bob Wilkie, I'm Rob Kovach. We'll sign off tonight and let's get back to it. Next Friday, Fishermen, North Bend, right here on ESPN 106.3.
The perfect Oregon coast escape. Discover Catherine Riverfront Inn, an Ascend Collection hotel in beautiful seaside. Spacious guest rooms, an indoor pool and hot tub, complimentary hot breakfast, and scenic views. Just a short stroll from the beach, downtown shopping, local restaurants, and the iconic seaside promenade. You'll find comfort, convenience, and genuine hospitality waiting.
Book your stay at CatherineRiverfrontInn.com. Catherine Riverfront Inn, an Ascend Collection hotel. Your riverfront retreat on the Oregon coast.
Are you currently in the market for a new car, truck, or SUV? Then look no further than Dane Gouge's Astoria Ford. With hundreds of makes and models to choose from, you're bound to find something you want, including the Ford F-150, best-selling truck in America, 47 years running. Stop by Dane Gouge's Astoria Ford today and take a test drive and find that new vehicle you have always wanted. Whether you're buying, selling, or trading, you always get the best deal at Dane Gouge's Astoria Ford, 1809 Ensign Lane across from Costco Gas, or visit them online at AstoriaFord.net.
Hi, folks. These sports teams that we follow pride themselves on a long tradition of excellence. The same goes for the place you choose for your home loan. Northwest Lending Group is one of the longest continually operating mortgage lenders in Clatsop County. We've been here over 20 years. I invite you to give us a try. Let us show you how we've earned over 98% customer satisfaction rating. Find us at 1227 Commercial Street in Astoria, by phone at 503-325-4116, or apply online at nwlendinggroup.com.
Northwest Lending Group is an equal housing lender. NMLS 1469420. ML2891.
Joe's Mobile. Fuel, diesel, groceries, snacks, beer, propane, hunting and fishing licenses, firewood, and so much more. 1701 Marine Drive in Astoria. Coming in, going out, or passing through Astoria. Joe's Mobile is your one stop where the people are friendly and the store is stocked with everything you need. All debit, EBT, and credit accepted. Joe's Mobile. Mobile Synergy fuel and diesel. Pump your own 24 hours a day at Joe's Mobile. Wait for it.
Joe's Mobile.
This broadcast on 106.3 ESPN Radio was brought to you locally by Peter Pan Market and Deli, Astoria Ford, Joe's Mobile, Seaside Outlets, Northwest Lending Group, Clatsop Community College, Lloyd Astoria Bayfront, and the Catherine Riverfront Inn in Seaside, Ascend Collection Hotels, and North Coast Gutters. You're tuned in to ESPN Radio on 106.3.